One Piece Avenging My Family, Eradicate All Celestial Dragons. Part 8. Another incredible guy has arrived. The Great Pirate! Flying Admiral, Golden Lion Shiki. A man who can compete with Roger and Whitebeard. If there hadn't been a sudden storm during the Battle of Etiwool, One Piece might have had to change its cast. Yes. This is an absolute legend. A man stronger than Ochaku and Silveraxe. At the same time, after seeing the Golden Lion, the Golden Emperor, Hawkeye, Doflamingo, Mariah, Crocodile and others were all shocked again. Without a doubt, this is another extremely powerful legendary pirate. In terms of strength and status, it even surpasses the big One Piece and Silveraxe. It is no exaggeration to say that during the peak period of Golden Lion, his popularity was even higher than Roger and Whitebeard. In the Battle of Etiwool, Golden Lion led his fleet and almost wiped out Roger's pirate group. If it weren't for the sudden storm that engulfed the Golden Lion's fleet. Since then, the Golden Lion has been seriously injured. Now, after escaping from the great prison in the deep sea, the Golden Lion has a ship's rudder on his head and his feet have been replaced by two famous swords. The momentum is far from its peak period. There are even rumors that he was defeated by the newcomer Straw Hat Luffy not long ago. But no matter how poor the Golden Lion has become now, no one dares to underestimate this great pirate who can compete with Roger and Whitebeard. Never underestimate the ambition of the strong. Then, isn't that the great pirate who fought against Luffy? Golden Lion Shiki. Oh my God! He's here too. How could it be possible? You're not here to seek revenge on us. The Straw Hat Pirates also screamed in fear when they saw the Golden Lion. If Luffy hadn't been so lucky last time, how could he have defeated such a legend? And the man next to him is also a legend. Jabba Copper, along with Pluton Rayleigh, assists Gold Roger to become the strongest in One Piece. Two more legendary warriors. In addition to the Golden Lion, Jabba Copper also came with him. He is also a legendary pirate. The eyes of the whole world are now focused on these two legends who have reappeared. The big shots come one after another, almost without stopping. This also made people all over the world open their mouths. You really can't be missing from this kind of occasion? You stinky lion who loves to join in the fun! After seeing the person coming, Whitebeard laughed at him the first time. There are three legends that stood at the top of pirates in the last era. In terms of strength and status, Golden Lion is not much different from Whitebeard, and can even be said to be on par with him. If it weren't for Roger's death, Golden Lion would have rushed into Marineford alone and been thrown into the great prison in the deep sea by Garp and Sengoku. He must be one of the four emperors of the new era. He looks so old! This fellow, Golden Lion! Yeah! He doesn't look like the captain of the Rocks Pirates' 2nd Division who can overwhelm us at all. Time is unforgiving. Ochaku, Silveraxe also sighed after seeing the Golden Lion. Ha 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 ha, Whitebeard, Ochaku, Silveraxe, Red Earl, and Rayleigh, Bullet, Bernie Walder, these old rivals are here. Seeing you makes me feel decades younger. I really miss you. The youth of Lousy. Seeing this lineup, Golden Lion was excited, and Genin couldn't help but take a deep puff of his cigar. Then a big smile appeared on his face. It has been 20 years now. It has been a long time since I have seen so many old friends in one go. Seeing them, Golden Lion couldn't help but think of the days when he galloped across the sea. What a spirited and high-spirited feeling that was. Captain Shiki, long time no see. Captain Shiki is here too. I really miss him. When he was in the Rocks Pirates. Xia Qi and Miss Ba Jean also greeted the Golden Lion enthusiastically at the first opportunity. Shaggy is very popular in the Rocks Pirates, and can get along with everyone. Miss Bakine is a member of the Rocks Pirates, just like Kurizumi, a member of the Golden Lion squad. Oh? Xia Qi, Miss Ba Jean! You are here too. I didn't expect to get so many people together. There aren't many of the guys from the Rocks Pirates left now. After seeing Shaky and Miss Bakine, Golden Lion also recalled the days of the Rocks Pirates. It was a really nice experience. Oh? Jabba, you are so cold by nature, but you are here too. I really didn't expect this. Mr. Jabba is here too, which is really unexpected. At the same time, Rayleigh, Bullet, Inuarashi, Cat Viper and other former Roger Pirates members set their sights on the man next to Golden Lion. Jabba the Copper, the third in command of Roger's pirate group, known as the left arm of One Piece. They were also partners who fought side by side and shared life and death together. Very powerful, even on par with Rayleigh. Ha! Rayleigh, Bullet, Cat Viper, and Dog Arisher are here too. I originally wanted to spend my old age in peace, but who would have thought I would see such a scene in the East China Sea? Don't forget, I also played a role in the Battle of God Valley 36 years ago. It just so happened that when I was about to rush to Mariford, I met Shiki in the East China Sea, so I followed him here. Jabba was also delighted when he saw Rayleigh, Bullet, Cat Viper, Inuarashi and other old friends. Since Roger's death, I have never seen so many members of Roger's pirate group appear in the same place. Seeing these friends reminds me of my youth. Shiki the Golden Lion! And Jabba the Copper! These two old guys also appeared in Mariford. Two more tough enemies have arrived. At the same time, when the Golden Lion was seen, Jabba appeared. The five elders, the Knights of God, Sengoku, Garp and others were present. His originally gloomy face became even darker. His fists were clenched tightly, one after another, never stopping. Even without the two pirates saying anything, the five elders could guess their purpose. As expected, the next moment, Golden Lion and Jabba locked their eyes on Luo Nuo. Golden Lion, Jabba, you guys are coming from the East China Sea too. I really didn't expect that. Even Luo Nuo was a little surprised when he saw the Golden Lion and Jabba. After all, Golden Lion was defeated by Straw Hat Luffy before and never recovered. Luo Nuo thought he wouldn't come. As for Jabba, he is rather aloof by nature and doesn't like to join in the fun. He hasn't even appeared in the original novel yet, but it's enough to see that his personality is the quiet and low-key type. Even these two people came all the way from the East China Sea to Mariford. Ha! Is there any need to explain that? Vice Captain Luo Nuo! The moment I saw you making the announcement to the world, I would rush over even if it cost me my life. When it comes to killing celestial dragons, lousy Golden Lion is absolutely indispensable. There were tears in the eyes of the Golden Lion as he looked at Luo Nuo. If Captain Rox and Vice Captain Luo Nuo had not died in the Battle of God Valley, they would have been killed one after another. My life will probably change a lot. Vice Captain Luo Nuo, Captain of the 2nd Division. Shiki the Golden Lion is reporting for duty. The Golden Lion then surrendered to Luo Nuo in front of the whole world. Ha! Former Roger Pirates navigator, Copper Jabba is here to report. Jabba, who is usually silent and doesn't talk much, also announced in front of the whole world that he has joined the God-killing pirates. At this moment, two more legendary pirates joined the God Slayer pirates. The whole world is in an uproar again. With the addition of Golden Lion and Jabba, the God Slayer pirates lineup has undoubtedly become even stronger. Captain, the Evil One, Luo Nuo. It includes Whitebeard, Golden Lion, Rayleigh, Achiku, Silver Axe, Bullet, Red Earl, Burndy Wald, Hawkeye and many other powerful generals. Plus Shaggy, Edward Weeble, Doflamingo, Empress, Jinbei, Crocodile, Golden Emperor, Green Pepper, Edward Weeble, Inuarashi, Cat Viper and many other great pirates. There are also subordinates and officers from the three major pirate groups, the Whitebeard Pirates, the Achika Pirates, and the Silver Axe Pirates. It can be said that the current God Slayer Pirates can now compete with the Rocks Pirates, which was once known as the most vicious pirate group in history. Boom boom boom. With the addition of Jabba the Golden Lion, the momentum of the God-killing pirates has once again grown. Facing the terrifying momentum of more than 25 Admiral-level strongmen from the world government, the God Slayer pirates are now becoming more and more equal. The world government, which originally had all the advantages, seems to no longer be able to gain much advantage. 2 more legends have joined the God Slayer pirates. Hey! What the hell is going on? Flying Admiral Shiki the Golden Lion, One Piece's left arm Jabba the Copper. The world government's seemingly huge advantage doesn't seem so scary anymore as the great pirates join in one after another. People all over the world are once again in extreme panic. Originally, with the emergence of 5 elders and the Knights of God, it gave people all over the world great confidence. After all, 19 general-level warriors were dispatched at once, which was enough to prove that the world government had enough strength and resources to deal with this challenge. After all, in the eyes of the general public, no matter how dirty and vulgar the world government is, but it's still much better than the reputation of pirates. Therefore, people still hope that the world government can wipe out the god-killing pirates. However, with the appearance of Achaku, Silveraxe, Golden Lion, Jabba and other great pirates, they all joined the god-killer pirates. The situation of the war has changed subtly again. How will this war turn out? Where will the world go? The hearts of people all over the world are hanging in the balance. Damn it! The situation turned out like this when I wasn't paying attention. What a mistake! I never thought that after 36 years, the Evil One would still be so important in the hearts of these pirates. We underestimated the appeal of the extremely evil. At this moment, the 5 elders frowned, feeling a little regretful in their hearts. If I had known 3 days ago that the Evil One had reappeared in the world, I should have concentrated all my efforts to kill him. Now that so many strong men have gathered together, the God Slayer pirates are becoming increasingly difficult to deal with. Even the 5 elders and the Knights of God no longer had the same confidence in their victory in killing the Evil Ones. After all, the general-level strongmen on my side also have an absolute advantage. But the God-killer pirates are not bad either. With so many legends gathered together, the energy that erupts is quite terrifying. How scary! The God-killing pirates! La, the situation is becoming increasingly troublesome. A group of evil people can actually unite. Even the 3 admirals, Akiji, Kizaru, and Akainu, find the God-killing pirates in front of them extremely difficult to deal with. So many pirates have united into one pirate group. Golden Lion, Jabba, a legendary pirate who had retired for several years, also traveled a long distance from the East China Sea to Mariford just because of a sentence. The only people in the world who can have such appeal are probably the evil ones. Teacher Zifa, now that things have come to this, please allow me to use my fruit power. At this moment, suddenly, a young marine with wavy ocean blue hair, wearing a purple vest and a black miniskirt stood up. Came to Teacher Zifa. She is Zifa's beloved disciple, Ein. Although I hate that you guys rely too much on the power of the devil fruit. But now that things have come to this is the only way to do it. I have to admit that I am old. Now I can only use the power of the devil fruit. Zifa immediately understood what his beloved disciple meant. As the user of the retrograde fruit, Ein can instantly regress 12 years for anyone she touches. No matter physical fitness or strength, they can return to the state of 12 years ago. In addition to living things, even non-living things can be effective. After multiple touches, you can make people disappear. It is considered to be an extremely strong causal paramecia devil fruit. Now the only thing that can allow the world government to regain the upper hand is probably Ian's ability. However, Zephyr has always disliked his students relying too much on devil fruits. Therefore, Ian rarely uses this ability on his own people, and usually uses it to deal with enemies. But now the situation is urgent, and Ein has to step forward and ask the teacher for instructions. Zifa also agreed to this, which was rare. After all, the Godkiller pirates have a formidable lineup, but except for Luonua, they are all a bunch of old men. If the many strong men in the marine can be restored to their peak levels, the world government will be able to regain the upper hand. It can be said that Ion's fruit of retrograde has now become the world government's last trump card. After getting Zifa's permission, Ian nodded and began to activate his ability. Oink oink! Several purple lights flashed among the Marines and the world government crowd. The next moment, a scene that surprised everyone appeared. I saw that the 70-year-old Warring States, GARP, suddenly became more powerful. Not only that, the 5 elders, who were in their 80s and 90s, suddenly became more aggressive at this moment. Some older Marines, such as Crane, Zifa and others, have also regained their momentum to their peak. Zifa's injuries were even healed because of this. Along with their aura, the faces of several people also changed. The originally gray beard and hair turned dark, exuding a charming luster. The wrinkles on Garp, Sengoku, Zephyr, Crane, and the 5 elders' faces all disappeared. Instead, it was the appearance of a man in his 50s, at the peak of his prime. Oh? Devil fruit power? The retrograde fruit? Garp, Sengoku, Zephyr, Crane, and the 5 elders, those old bastards have all returned to their peak. It's so annoying to see them young. Seeing this, Golden Lion, Achiku, Silver Axe, Red Earl, Burndy Wald and others all looked unhappy. Their current strength is limited by their age. Although they still maintain the level of a general emperor, their physical strength has actually declined greatly. P.S. Except for a few geniuses, the strong people in the pirate world are basically at their peak age around 50 years old. There should be no controversy about this. Don't say that the strong are not affected by age. In the latest episode, Rayleigh personally admitted that he is old and his physical strength has declined, and he cannot beat the current Blackbeard. Seeing Sengoku, Garp, Zephyr, Crane and the 5 elders return to their prime years. Golden Lion, Achiku, Silver Axe, Red Earl and others all looked unhappy. We need to find a way to take away the power of that little girl with blue wavy hair. After all, who wouldn't want to be able to recover to their peak strength? Although it is not my original intention to use the power of the fruit to restore my peak, this is the only way now. Yes, the enemy is in full force, we can't be cautious. Sengoku and Garp were in full force, and their momentum could even rival that of Whitebeard and Roger at their peak. After all, these two were both Whitebeard and Roger's acknowledged heroes of the sea. The strongest Marine of the last era. It looks like he's back to his peak strength. Everyone, now! Kill the evil one! The 5 elders, who have returned to their 50s, have regained their confidence. Looking back 36 years ago, they were in their 50s and at their peak. It is not inferior to the current 4 emperors. Plus, Garp, Sengoku, Zifa and others have all returned to their peak. Now the world government has regained a huge advantage. Take advantage of this time to capture the extremely evil in one fell swoop. At the command of the 5 elders, the world government's generals all went all out. The aura of 25 great generals was so overwhelming that the sky lost its color, and the earth trembled. Every one of the god-killing pirates, listen to my orders. The ultimate goal is to destroy the 5 elders and the celestial dragons of the Knights of God. Anyone who dares to stop us will be killed without mercy. After we solve this problem, we will go to the Holy Land and kill all those useless celestial dragons. Luonua also shouted angrily, preparing to fight without fear. First, kill the 5 elders, who are composed of the highest-ranking celestial dragons, and the Knights of God. Then head to the Holy Land. Captain Luonua is right. Kill the 5 elders, kill all the Knights of God. Then head to the Holy Land. Get rid of these parasites in the world government. Golden Lion, Whitebeard, Rayleigh and others responded one after another, bursting out with terrifying momentum. Boom, boom, boom. The momentum of dozens of strong men began to rise, and extreme weather began to appear in the sky. The land began to break apart, the island began to sway, and the sea around it roared. Mariford could no longer bear the impact of so many great generals. It seemed as if the next moment, he would be overwhelmed by the momentum of these dozens of emperor-level strongmen. Ah la la la! It will be troublesome if so many people with special abilities fall into the sea. Ice Age! At the critical moment, Qingji used the Ice Age to stabilize the shaky sea. The ground of Mariford has become stable again. The war is about to begin. At this extremely critical moment. This is several times more terrifying than I imagined. It's almost the same battle as the one in the Valley of the Gods 36 years ago. Suddenly, an extremely exaggerated female laugh appeared in Meriford. The next moment, the warriors who were about to attack all stopped, attracted by the laughter. After all, the atmosphere just now was too tense. For a moment, no one noticed that someone had unknowingly landed in Meriford. Now, after hearing this extremely magical laughter, everyone finally reacted. Someone has landed in Meriford again. What is this aura? The next moment, the 5 elders, the Knights of God, Sengoku, Garp, Zephyr, Akainu and other powerful people in the world government camp suddenly changed their expressions. Because they can sense it with their seeing and hearing abilities. The person who came this time was another pirate who stood at the pinnacle of this great pirate era. Not only that, there are also many powerful people who followed her to Meriford. Oh? This aura, even after 36 years, is definitely not wrong. Even she is here? I really didn't expect that. The great pirates present, especially those who had participated in the Battle of God Valley. After hearing that wild and unique laughter, he immediately recognized the person. As expected. The next moment, amid everyone's speculation, a figure appeared. She has long pink curly hair, thick lipstick and light eyeshadow. Wearing a pink voluminous dress. The height is nearly 9 meters, like a little giant. Full of fat, looks bloated but gives people an indestructible feeling. There is no doubt that this person is the emperor who rules the New World and is one of the top pirates even in this great pirate era. She is also the only female among the 4 emperors, Big Mom. Charlotte Lin. Not just Charlotte Lin. Along with Charlotte Lin comes her powerful forces. The eldest son Perispero is holding a giant lollipop and licking it. Charlotte Katakuri is the leader of the 4 most powerful generals of the Big Mom Pirates, and the nominal second in command of the Big Mom Pirates. She has an imposing manner, a slender figure, and covers her mouth with a special scarf. And 3 other stars, Charlotte Cracker, Charlotte Smoothie, and Charlotte Snuggle were also there. In addition, Big Mom Pirates fighters such as Longbread, Baron Dandan, Charlotte Daifuku, Charlotte Owen and other strong players are all present. It can be said that except for a small number of members who stayed behind at Big Mom's headquarters, Wangwa, almost half of the Big Mom Pirates have come to Meriford. Charlotte Lin, one of the 4 emperors, has come to Meriford in person. Not only that, most of the Big Mom Pirates have arrived. The 4 desert generals and other cadres are here too. This is considered an all-out mobilization. Oh my God! Even the 4 emperors are here. Aren't they here to join the evil one, Luo No? How can we fight this? Can the world government really hold up? The appearance of the Big Mom Pirates stunned people all over the world. After all, this is the 4 emperors, one of the 4 pirate groups that rule the New World. Whether the New World is in chaos or not, the world government has no say in it. Only the 4 emperors have the final say. It is no exaggeration to say that the Big Mom Pirates are one of the 4 strongest pirate groups in the current era of pirates. Hey, what kind of terrifying formation is this? 5 elders, the Knights of God, and the great generals of the Marines. How come Achaku, Silveraxe, Golden Lion, Copper Jabba and other legends have come to Meriford? Almost all the strong men in the world have come here. It's even more exaggerated than we imagined. At the same time, the first moment he landed in Meriford, he saw clearly the strong men present. Katakuri, Perispero, Smoothie, Cracker and other members of the Big Mom Pirates were also extremely surprised. When they first set out from Wanhua, there were only Rayleigh, Whitebeard, Bullet, Red Earl and other strong men in Meriford. Not long after that, even legendary pirates like Achaku, Silveraxe, Golden Lion, and Jabba came. The Shichibukai also defected. OMG! What is going on? Just one sentence made so many legends come to Meriford to help? Is this the reputation of the evil one that my mother mentioned? Big Mom Pirates! After seeing who was coming, people all over the world were stunned. 4 emperors. Are all the 4 emperors who reign over the new world here? There's no mistake. That's really Big Mom himself. The strongest female pirate in the world. She has the power to rule the new world and is one of the emperors of the new world. And some of her most capable officers. The 4 dessert generals, Katakuri, Smoothie, Snaggle, and Cracker, these people can carve out a niche for themselves in the new world even if they become independent. If I remember correctly, Charlotte Linlin seems to be the same as our Captain Luo Nuo. She was once a member of the Rocks Pirates. She's not coming here to seek refuge with Captain Lono, is she? 4 emperors are coming to us on their own initiative? Oh my God! This is unbelievable. After seeing Big Mom himself, and most of his executives appear, the Golden Emperor, Doflamingo, Crocodile, Jinbei and others present also widen their eyes. Each one that comes out is more important than the other. Even the 4 emperors are here. Many of them are also working hard in the new world, and they have a deep understanding of how strong the 4 emperors' pirates are. Especially Doflamingo. As the middleman of the dark world, the 4 emperors are in existence that even the Shichibukai cannot mess with. Whether it's personal strength, or the territory, power, or senior cadres under his control. They are all the top existences in this world. That's really exaggerated. The old guys from 36 years ago have all arrived. It seems I came at the right time. Charlotte Linlin glanced at the scene and found that the members of the God Slayer pirates had become much stronger. Especially the old guys who fought in the Battle of God Valley 36 years ago. Except for Roger, John, and Captain Rocks who are already dead. Almost everyone who could come was there. Even Shiki the Golden Lion, the half-dead man who was defeated by Luffy the Straw Hat Boy, is here. As expected, he is Vice Captain Luo Nuo. Charlotte Linlin, I didn't expect you to be here too. I am indeed shocked. I thought that you, as the 4 emperors of the New World, would not be willing to be inferior to others. It's been a while since we last met since the Battle of God Valley and the disbanding of the Rocks Pirates. But you've changed so much. Your original slim figure is gone. You used to be a great beauty. How did you become like this? You really scared me. You are far inferior to Xia Qi. After seeing Charlotte Linlin, the legends present, Rayleigh, Red Earl, Bullet, Golden Lion, Achaku, Silver Axe, Jabba and others never expected this. Charlotte Linlin, a woman who is now at the peak of her powers and has become one of the 4 emperors, has come to Marineford from the New World. They thought that Charlotte Linlin would not come. After all, the status of the 4 emperors was already high enough before Luo Nu appeared. The 4 emperors are the powerful pirate group at the top of this ocean. She could give up such lofty power and status and go to Marineford. This made Golden Lion, Bullet, Red Earl, Achaku, Silver Axe and others admire him deeply. I feel that this woman is not as annoying as she was 36 years ago. Yeah. Of course. Although the 4 emperors have a high status, the gap between them and the Rocks Pirates back then is like a chasm. Especially with the return of Vice Captain Luo Nu, a group of old guys like you have gathered together. I heard about the god-killing pirates. The world is definitely changing. The title of 4 emperors has no meaning anymore. After saying that, Charlotte Linlin immediately fixed her eyes on Luo Nu. Captain Luo Nu, you are still as handsome as ever. I felt so sorry for you dying in the battle at the Valley of Gods. If you had been willing to have a child with me, with our talents, we will definitely be able to fulfill your wish of killing all the celestial dragons. But now it seems that there is no need for this. You have reappeared in the world again. Charlotte Linlin looked at Luo Nu, her eyes full of memories. Even adoring little stars. After all, Luo Nu's heroic figure in those days charmed many women in the Rocks Pirates. The little stars in Charlotte Linlin's eyes were also seen by Katakuri and Smoothie. And Golden Emperor, Hawkeye, Doflamingo and others saw it. It was the first time for them to see a 4 emperors level figure with eyes full of admiration for someone. Since you are going to kill all the celestial dragons, how can you leave me out? Vice Captain Luo Nuo, former captain of the Rocks Pirates 3rd Division, reporting in. I am willing to lead the Big Mom Pirates and have all members join the Godkiller Pirates. Fight for the Godkiller Pirates' highest goal. Ma. As she said this, Charlotte Linlin declared her submission to Luo Nuo in front of the whole world. And all members of the Big Mom Pirates joined the Godkiller Pirates. Oh my God! Another 4 emperors has joined! We are doomed! Big Mom's strength is unfathomable. The group of cadres under him are all top-notch fighters. The god-killing pirates have become more powerful again. This is the second 4 emperors to join the god-killer pirates. I can't believe this is really happening. The whole world is boiling. The addition of another 4 emperors has shattered the world's 3 perspectives. After all, they were the 4 emperors, and they surrendered so easily. It almost made them wonder if they were dreaming. Some young people finally understood how terrible the legend about the evil man was 36 years ago. Such a heroic figure that these great men still remember today. The extremely evil criminals back then must have accomplished something magnificent that they could not even imagine. Big Mom! Is he really the old fellow who once worked with the evil one in the Rocks Pirates? The pirates actually have a day where they are so united. All this is thanks to the extremely evil. The moment they heard Big Mom declare that he would join the god-killing pirates, the 5 elders and the Knights of God shouted angrily. Another 4 emperors-level big shot has joined. It is different from the outdated legends such as Golden Lion, Jabba, Achiku, and Silver Axe. Big Mom is the 4 emperors at their peak. Her joining would make the original advantage of the world government become slim again. Plus the huge power under her, and the fact that she is so powerful and clean. The situation is becoming increasingly difficult. Captain Linlin is here too. Almost all the main members of the Rocks Pirates from 36 years ago are here, except for the deceased Captain Rocks and Kaido. It's so exciting! Shaggy and Miss Bikini, 2 former members of the Rocks Pirates, were also very excited. Are you talking about that kid Kaido? With his relationship with Vice Captain Luo Nuo, he will definitely come. I informed him when I set out, so he should be here soon. Charlotte Linlin heard the conversation between Xiaoqi and Miss Bikini, 2 former partners. So he spoke. In the Rocks Pirates, Kaido is Luo Nuo's #1 fanboy. Since Luo Nuo's death, Kaido has taken Luo Nuo's goal as his goal for the rest of his life. Creating a huge war and destroying the world has always been the ultimate pursuit of the Beast Pirates. How could he miss something like this? Especially, Vice Captain Luo Nuo appeared again. Kaido will definitely not miss it. As soon as Charlotte Linlin said this, everyone present was thrown into chaos. Kaido is coming too? As soon as Charlotte Linlin finished speaking, everyone present was stunned. Another of the 4 emperors, Kaido, known as the 100 Beasts, and the strongest in single combat, is coming too? There's nothing wrong with your ears. Even the 5 elders, the Knights of God, and Sengoku, Garp was a little confused. Kaido is coming? Isn't that another 4 emperors group coming? That way there will be 3-4 emperors groups. Whitebeard, Big Mom, and Kaido are all going to join the 4 emperors. Combined with Rayleigh, Golden Lion, Red Earl, Bullet, Burndy Walder, Jabba, Achiku, Silver Axe and many other legendary pirates. If this is true, the Godkiller Pirates may have surpassed the Rocks Pirates, which was once known as the most vicious pirate group in history. And it goes far beyond. Kulala! That bastard Kaido is coming for sure! I just didn't expect him to be so slow. That's right, Charlotte Linlin, Achiku, I'm not sure if Silver Axe will come, but Kaido will definitely come. Even when Vice Captain Luo Nuo was broadcasting live to the whole world, I knew that Kaido would definitely be indispensable to this event. Ha 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 ha. After all, Kaido, that brat, had a special relationship with Vice Captain Luo Nuo. He is Vice Captain Luo Nuo's #1 fanboy and regards him as his hero. Yes, and Vice Captain Luo Nuo also valued Kaido very much back then. He even gave Kaido treasures like the fish fruit, blue dragon form. If I remember correctly, it seems that Vice Captain Luo Nuo didn't even sell it for 3 billion Baileys. Ever since Vice Captain Luo Nuo disappeared in the Battle of God Valley, Kaido has directly inherited Vice Captain Luo Nuo's will. He is determined to destroy the whole world. Destroy the world government. Speaking of Kaido, the members of the Rocks Pirates present, including Whitebeard, Golden Lion, Achaku, Silver Axe, Shaki, Miss Bikini, and Charlotte Lin. Even Katakuri, Perispero, Cracker and others were lost in memories. In the Rocks Pirates back then, Kaido was the follower of Vice Captain Luo Nuo. Kaido's admiration for Vice Captain Luo Nuo is that he is second to none, and no one dares to claim first place. The third one is a million miles away. It seems to be the case. I remember Kaido was like this, always following Luo Nuo's butt. So there is such a past. Some people who had entered Hachinos and trained with the Rocks Pirates for half a year, such as Rayleigh, Bullet, and Jabba, also recalled. When I was in Hachinos, I did find that Kaido and Luo Nuo had an unusual relationship. These people even suspected that Kaido was a gay and had a crush on Luo Nuo. What's going on? Is Kaido from Four Emperors a fanboy of Captain Luo Nuo? He considers Captain Luo Nuo a hero? A monster like Kaido would actually be someone else's fanboy? I can't imagine this scene. It's really hard to believe that such a strong man would worship another person. But judging from the conversations between Whitebeard, Golden Lion, Achaku, Silver Axe, and Charlotte Lin, it is indeed true. These legends shouldn't be nonsense. Whether it's the former Shichibukai present, Golden Emperor, Inuarashi, Cat Viper and others, and the captains of the Whitebeard Pirates, or maybe Marines Shitan, Momosaji, Ishiao, Aramaki and others. Everyone was in shock at this moment. This was the first time they had heard of such a thing. It is hard to imagine that the man who cannot be killed no matter what, who is almost the strongest in single combat, and who is known as the strongest creature in the world, is actually someone else's fanboy. Oh my god! Kaido is a fanboy of the Evil One. This is confirmed by the legends themselves. That means there will be a third group of 4 emperors. At the same time, the conversation between Whitebeard, Golden Lion, Achaku, Silver Axe and others also spread all over the world. People all over the world were once again shocked by such a conversation and broke out in a cold sweat. After Whitebeard and Big Mom, there is a third 4 emperors group. Will they appear in Marineford? Kaido! This kid is too slow. It shouldn't be so slow. When mentioning Kaido, memories came to Luo Nuo's mind and a smile appeared on his face. It has been more than 30 years since we last saw him. Kaido should have already reached the peak of his power in the original novel. In fact, when the Godkiller Pirates were announced to the world, Luo Nuo himself was not sure whether Achaku, Silver Axe, Charlotte Lin, and Golden Lion would come. But there is only one person, Luo Nuo, who can be sure. If Kaido knew this news, he would definitely rush to Marineford as soon as possible. Even the reason why Luo Nuo announced the goal of the God-Killer Pirates in front of the whole world was to tell Kaido this news. I just didn't expect that Achaku, Silver Axe, Charlotte Lin, Golden Lion, Jabba and others would come after hearing the news. This is a pleasant surprise. Just as Luo Nuo was thinking this, the next moment, in the sky above Marineford, there is something moving rapidly among the clouds. Its huge body, like an ancient ferocious beast, is terrifying. Soon, a huge dragon head suddenly broke through the clouds and appeared in front of everyone. Without a doubt, this is the world's strongest creature. Kaido's animal form, the Azure Dragon. Sure enough, here. One of the 4 emperors, known by the world as the strongest in single combat, Kaido, appeared in Marineford. After seeing Kaido, the people of Marineford, and people all over the world also exclaimed, "He really appeared, another big shot. 4 emperors, Kaido!" The next moment, Kaido's behavior made these people doubt their lives. Kaido's dragon head broke through the clouds and began to scan the crowd. Scan it again and again. Until he seemed to see something. There was an extremely bright light flashing in Kaido's eyes. It's like finding the one you love. Immediately, Kaido's dragon body shook violently, and he immediately descended rapidly from the sky. I found you! Lord Luonua! Ha ha! You're not dead yet! I'm so happy! For so many years, I have been wanting to fulfill your long-cherished wish. Now it's great that you have returned in person. I am so touched. Is this the gift God gave me? Thank God so much. The next moment, Kaido came directly to Luonua, transformed into a human form, and cried to Luonua. It was as if I cried out all the grievances and frustrations I had felt over the years. This world's strongest creature, Kaido. He actually looks like this. She actually cried. She cried so hard. She was really moved. Snot and tears, is this really Kaido? This scene also made people all over the world feel excited. And the strong men of Marineford couldn't believe their eyes. The world's strongest creature, Kaido, actually showed this look. Boss Kaido! You're crying even more sadly than before. That is the man that Kaido thinks about day and night, the evil one. This is the first time I've seen Kaido cry like this. At the same time, when Kaido was crying to Luonua, members of the Beast's pirates also appeared in Marineford. The three highest-ranking officials are the three disasters, Jean, Quinn, and Jack. Behind him followed the five Lincoln, Fuzifu, Runty, Peggy Wan, and others. The main combat forces and top officers of the Beast's pirates are almost all here. But this lineup in front of us is too scary. So many legends. Even retired legends like Pluton Rayleigh, Jabba, and Golden Lion made an appearance. Are all these people here to join the God Slayer pirates? No wonder Kaido adores the Evil One so much. The only person who can summon almost all the powerful people in the world with just one sentence is probably the extremely evil. Even the appeal of Roger from One Piece is not as terrifying as the Evil One. The three disasters that appeared, as well as the 5 flying dragons, saw the scene. I couldn't help but take a breath. Almost all the famous and legendary pirates from the last era are here. Confronting them are the 5 elders, the world's highest authority, and the mysterious Knights of God who are directly under the celestial dragons, and the strong men at the marine headquarters. With such a grand scale, even a pirate group of the 4 emperors level would be like a country pirate group in front of such a battle, and would be vulnerable. Kulala! What a shame, Kaido! Ha 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 ha! Kaido, you are still the same immature follower like you were 36 years ago. That's right, after so many years I thought you had grown up. What a hopeless idiot! After seeing this scene, Golden Lion, Whitebeard, Achaku, Silveraxe, Charlotte Linlin, and other old members of the Rocks Pirates. He also laughed at Kaido to his heart's content. I thought that 36 years ago, Kaido had become the strongest creature in the world, and his temperament would have changed a little. I didn't expect he was such a hopeless idiot. I think the only one who can make Kaido look like this is Luonua. Yes, Kaido is still the same as he was 36 years ago. Except for his increased strength, nothing else has changed. Why does this scene look a bit sad? At the same time, Rayleigh, Bullet, Red Earl, Jabba, Bernie Wald, and others also sighed. The big men who fought in the Battle of God Valley 36 years ago are getting more and more united. Forget it, just laugh at me. Even if I tell you, you won't understand. How can you idiots possibly understand how I feel right now? Hear the laughter of Golden Lion, Whitebeard, Achaku, Silveraxe, Charlotte Linlin, and others. Kaido, contrary to his usual behavior, was not angry. I don't care if I embarrass myself in front of the whole world. No one in this world can empathize with me right now. There is no way these bastards and idiots can understand the deep feelings between me and Lord Luonua. Lord Luonua has given me a new life. How could Kaido not be extremely excited when such a benefactor reappeared after disappearing for 36 years? Really? Who are you calling an idiot? Kaido! You're looking for death, aren't you? How dare you disrespect your seniors like this? Before in the Rocks Pirates, you were just a member. We are the captains. That's right, you're still as in need of punishment as you were 36 years ago. After hearing what Kaido said, Golden Lion, Achaku, Silver Axe, and Charlotte Linlin also angrily criticized Kaido. A bunch of old men and women who are out of date. Have you fallen to the point where you can only talk about seniority and seniority in front of me? You have really fallen. In response to the four people's words, Kaido made them faint on the spot with just one sentence. Damn Kaido! Now we'd better take care of Kaido first. I feel the same way. Let's go together. As they spoke, Golden Lion, Achaku, Silver Axe, Charlotte Linlin and others confronted Kaido. Come on! Who's afraid of who? Lousy is Kaido! Facing the four men with such aggressive momentum, Kaido was not at all weak. Kulala! It's like we've gone back to the days of the Rocks Pirates. Looking at this scene, Whitebird felt as if he was dreaming and laughed out loud. Golden Lion, Silver Axe, Achaku, Charlotte Linlin, Kaido, Shaki, Miss Bikini and Luo Noa. So many old friends are here, but they are still bickering and quarreling like usual. They even start fighting if they disagree on something. Isn't this the daily life of the Rocks Pirates? Yes. It's really nostalgic. The quarrels among Golden Lion, Kaido, Achaku, Silver Axe and others also made Luo Noa laugh and cry. It was like I was dreaming back to 36 years ago, when I was in the Rocks Pirates group. That's great. We all feel a lot younger. Xiao Qi and Miss Ba Jin, two older women, were hiding in the crowd and secretly wiping away tears. The scenes from 36 years ago reappeared before my eyes. They are all back, all back. Rocks Pirates. Reappear in the world again. The other members of the God-killing pirates standing by. Golden Emperor, Doflamingo, Hawkeye, Crocodile, Jinbei and others also looked at the scene in front of them stupidly. They don't even have the right to interrupt the conversation between these legendary pirates. I can only listen obediently from the sidelines. Damn it! Almost everyone who can come has come. This is going to be difficult. After seeing Kaido really arrive, 5 elders, the Knights of God, the faces of Sengoku, Garp, the 3 generals and others were all so gloomy that water could drip out of them. With Kaido's arrival, in the Battle of God Valley 36 years ago, except for Rocks, Roger and John who were already dead, the rest of the main fighting force is almost all here. Whether it is the many captains of the Rocks Pirates, or maybe the main forces of Roger's pirate group all appeared. In addition, the current God Slayer pirates have added many incredible and powerful combat forces. Hawkeye, Red Earl, and Burndy Walder, 3 powerful generals, did not participate 36 years ago. Now these 3 are also members of the God Slayer pirates. Plus Doflamingo, Crokelda, Empress, Jinbei and other former Shichibukai strongmen. As well as the great pirates of the new era such as the Golden Emperor, Marco, Green Pepper, Cat Viper, and Inuarashi. There are also Marco, Ace, and Joseph from the Whitebeard pirates. Katakuri, Cracker, Smoothie, and Snuggle from the Big Mom pirates. As well as the top officers of the Beasts pirates, the 3 disasters, Jean, Quinn, and Jack, as well as the Flying 5 and other strong men. It can be said that the current God Slayer pirates have completely surpassed the Rocks Pirates of the past. Without a doubt, they are the most vicious pirate group in history. Scared? Why are the 5 old men from the 5 elders here too? And those guys in armor, are the Knights of God also here? There are still quite a few people. World government. At this moment, Kaido suddenly froze. After all, when Kaido came to Marineford, he only paid attention to Luo Noa and didn't pay attention to too many things. Now Kaido discovered that there seemed to be quite a lot of people gathered in Marineford. All 5 of the 5 elders are out. The Knights of God also sent out 10 people, all of whom were at least at the level of general candidates. Plus the 3 admirals Sengoku, Garp, Zephyr, Crane and Marine, as well as Chatton, Momosaji, and the Air Force and Army generals. There are also 2 general-level strongmen from the world government member countries. A smile, Huang Mu. This scene is so familiar, it seems like I have seen it before. I have even seen it countless times in my dreams. Isn't this exactly the same as the battle in God Valley 36 years ago? Lord Luo Nua! Are we going to repeat the battle of God Valley 36 years ago? Oh my, this is so exciting! I still have great regrets about the battle 36 years ago. If I was stronger at that time, maybe there would have been a chance to turn things around. I thought that was my lifelong regret. I didn't expect that my dream would come true again. After seeing such a big scene, Kaido showed no fear at all, but laughed heartily. So many years have passed, and I often dream of the Battle of God Valley 36 years ago, when Lord Luo Noa faced 20 generals alone to cover his retreat. If I had been stronger at that time, if I had had a group of reliable subordinates at that time, then maybe that wouldn't happen. Kaido originally thought that he could never make up for the regret of the battle in God Valley 36 years ago. But now God has given me another chance. Lord Luo Noa, I have now gathered a group of reliable subordinates. My strength is much stronger than it was 36 years ago. I won't have any regrets this time. I will fight with all my might for Lord Luo Noa. I want to kill those celestial dragons and overthrow the world government. Let me dedicate my strength to your goal, Lord Luo Nua. Kaido was so excited that he turned into a blue dragon and roared wildly in the sky. The clouds were shaking and the trees were trembling. Of course, Kaido! Your power is indispensable if we want to kill the celestial dragons. Luo Noa also responded enthusiastically to Kaido. Oh lol lol lol. All members of the Beast's Pirates, listen up! All members will join the God Slayer Pirates. Killing all the celestial dragons is everyone's highest goal. Kaido shouted angrily and gave the captain's order. I really joined the Beast's Pirates. Another 4 Emperor's Pirates has joined the God Slayer Pirates. It's over. 3 of the 4 Emperors have joined. The world government is in danger. When people all over the world saw Kaido's attitude towards Luo Noa, they were actually mentally prepared. Kaido will definitely stand with the Godkiller Pirates to fight against the world government. But when that moment really came, people all over the world couldn't help but tremble in their legs. So scary. It's so scary. 3-4 emperors, plus countless legendary pirates. Almost all the famous pirates in the last era were members of the God-killing pirates. Faced with such a lineup, even if the world government deployed 25 general-level warriors at once, I'm afraid they would only be able to sigh in despair. Ha ha ha, since Boss Kaido has spoken like that. Of course it's a given. 5 elders, world government, wait for death. Being able to fight alongside so many legendary pirates. I wouldn't even dream of doing this. After Kaido spoke, the top officers of the Beast Pirates, the 3 disasters Jean, Quinn, Jack and others also cheered. They have long been waiting for Kaido to lead them in launching a war to destroy the world. Hateful! The 5 elders' faces were so gloomy that water seemed to be dripping out of them. I just gained a considerable advantage because of the ability of the reversal fruit. As a result, with the arrival of the Beast Pirates, these advantages vanished. Although the world government has now dispatched a total of 27 general-level strongmen. But the Godkiller Pirates are now more popular than the world government. Whitebeard, Golden Lion, Kaido, Charlotte Linlin, Rayleigh, Bullet, Jabba, Red Earl, Burndy Walder, Achaku, Silver Axe. The Godkiller Pirates alone have 11 legendary pirates. Add in Hawkeye, the Emperor-level warrior, and the number is as high as 12. Not to mention, there are countless pirates. Shaggy, Edward Weeble, Golden Emperor, Crocodile, Jean Bay, Empress, Doflamingo, Moria, Cat Viper, Inuarashi and many more. And the highest ranking officer of the Imperial Group. Marco, Ace, Jazz, and Vista. Katakuri, Cracker, Smoothie, Snuggle. Jin, Quinn, Jack. Although these people are not as strong as the generals. But the sheer number of them is unbearable. 2 or 3 of them united together could be enough to threaten a general-level warrior. Not to mention Luonua, a great pirate of the overlord level. He killed 3 of the 5 general-level warriors. If you really want to take down Luonua, it would be impossible without more than a dozen general-level warriors. Without overwhelming numerical advantage, how could the world government possibly kill the extremely evil criminals? Even the 5 elders and the Knights of God felt a little overwhelmed by such a terrifying force. Just then, another powerful aura has arrived in Mariford. What's going on? Why are there more people here? Who is it this time? The strong men of Mariford sensed that someone had landed again. Moreover, the strong men who landed this time were no less powerful than the Beast's pirates, Bigmum pirates, and Whitebeard pirates. In the world today, the only pirate group that can rival these 3 is the 4 emperors. The Red-Hair Pirates. Sure enough, the next moment, Captain Red-Haired Shanks, Vice Captain Ben Beckman, Sniper Jesus Boo, Chef Locky Lou, and other main cadres all appeared. The Red-Hair Pirates appeared in Mariford. Then, it was broadcast to the whole world through live broadcast of Den Den Mushi. Isn't that Shanks? Shanks is here too! The captain of the Straw Hat Pirates, Monkey D. Luffy, also got excited. After all, Shanks is Luffy's guide and gave Luffy the proud straw hat. The straw hat has also become Luffy's symbol and the most important thing to him. Even the pirate group is called the Straw Hat Pirates. Red-haired Shanks. What is he doing here? It seems that the people here have nothing to do with him. After seeing the red-haired girl, everyone in Mariford was once again in doubt. The 5 elders and the Knights of God go without saying. Although they have some kind of inextricable connection with Red Hair is a pirate after all. It is impossible to fight for the world government. Even Luonua, Golden Lion, and others were very curious. After all, Red Hair didn't know them at all, and he was the only one present who had a connection with the Red Hair Pirates. I'm afraid the only ones left are Rayleigh, Bullet, Jabba, and other former members of Roger's pirate group. After all, Red Hair was once an apprentice crew member of the Roger Pirates, and Rayleigh was their vice captain. Of course, it's not just the strong men of Mariford who are in doubt. After the Red Hair Pirates landed in Mariford and saw the situation clearly, their heads were full of question marks, and all the crew members looked confused and frightened. What on earth is going on? Mariford, why do you think differently from me? Why are there so many legends? What happened? Oh my God, what the hell is going on here? Whitebeard, Golden Lion, Ochika's Silver Axe. Bullet, Red Earl is also here. Mariford, how come there are so many legends? Following the Beast's pirates to Mariford is the last of the 4 emperors. Red-haired Shanks, leading his red-haired pirates, also came to Mariford. But when they first landed in Mariford, I was horrified by the scene. After all, once the public execution began, the red-hair pirates went out in full force to stop the Beast's pirates from causing trouble. There is no time to pay attention to the real-time situation in Mariford. It was only after they arrived that they discovered it. Mariford seems to be a little different from what I imagined. On the pirate side, almost all the legendary pirates are here. The world government has also mobilized almost all the forces it can. This is not an all-out war between Whitebeard and Marine headquarters. This is simply all the pirates uniting to fight against the world government. OMG! When did Mariford become like this? Beckman, am I dreaming? Tell me if I am dreaming. The red-haired man looked at his deputy captain Ben Beckman with a horrified face. That shouldn't be the case. But what happened in Mariford? Why did it turn out like this? Ben Beckman, who was always calm, was sweating profusely and seemed to have lost his composure. Originally they thought that the Beast's pirates came to Mariford to kill Whitebeard. In order to stop the world from going berserk, Red Hair followed the Beast Pirates to Mareford to stop the Beast Pirates from messing around. Now it seems that everything is very different from what I expected. Even beyond my own understanding. Oh? Shanks, you're here too. The apprentice kid back then has now grown into a powerful guy. Isn't this Hong Taro? I didn't expect to see him here. However, Rayleigh, Jabba, Cat Viper, and Inuarashi all greeted Shanks enthusiastically. After all, we were once companions on the same ship. Captain Rayleigh, Mr. Jabba, and Mr. Bullet, Cat Viper, Inuarashi. You are here too. When Shanks saw his old acquaintance, he quickly stepped forward to greet him and ask why things turned out this way. Ben Beckman, Lucky Lou, and other cadres also followed Shanks. Jesus Boo, on the other hand, looked at Usopp from the Straw Hat Pirates with extreme nervousness. This is the son I have always wanted to see. I didn't expect to meet you here. However, since his son spoke, Jesus has not fulfilled his responsibilities as a father, so he feels guilty towards Usopp. Jesus didn't even dare to approach Usopp for fear that he would dislike his father. After all, didn't Ace always hate Roger? Dad. Isn't that my dad? I saw my dad. Usopp, on the other hand, didn't care about that at all. He just burst into tears and rushed towards his father. Usopp. I'm sorry for not fulfilling my responsibilities as a father. I'm sorry for the injustice you've suffered over the years. Seeing that Usopp had no qualms against him, Jesus hugged his son tightly, tears streaming down his face. At this moment, two people enjoyed the hard-earned family affection. Usopp, that's great. I'm so envious, I can see my own father. Usopp's father is actually the highest-ranking officer of the famous Red Hair Pirates. Father and son reunited. So touching. Nami, Chopper, Zoro, Sanji, Frankie, Robin, Brooke, and others also shed tears unconsciously. Usopp's dream came true, and of course his friends were happy for it from the bottom of their hearts. That's the way it is, Shanks. At the same time, Shanks on the other side also listened to Rayleigh's explanation of the whole matter. The evil one, is that the person Captain Roger has been talking about? I didn't expect he's still alive. Shanks was obviously also someone who knew about Luo No's deeds. Not to mention that he is respected as the Four Emperors, some information that ordinary people have no channels to obtain, or intelligence that is covered up by the world government, is very easy for Shanks to obtain. As a former member of Roger's pirate group, Shanks has heard about the deeds of the Evil One from Roger countless times. Ben Beckman, Lucky Lou, and other top Red Hair Pirates officers obviously also know Luo No's name. So they all looked at Luo No. The aura emanating from that person was many times more powerful than that of their Captain Shanks. As expected, he is the man who surpassed rocks, the master of the sea. So, the truth about this world that Captain Roger talked about might be revealed ahead of time? Shanks also understands some truths about the world. Otherwise he wouldn't be so optimistic about Luffy. But after hearing what Rayleigh said, Shanks felt that the prophecy might have changed. After all, looking at the many powerful people present, the end of the world government is finally coming. Don't be fooled by the fact that Shanks is increasingly being hailed as the peacemaker of the pirate world and the user of the face fruit. As a pirate, both the world government and the government have to give him face, as if he is a villain. In fact, Shanks is very clear about his mission, which is to become the guide of the Joy Boy mentioned by Captain Roger. Everything he did was to train the next generation of J-Boys. When the critical moment comes, Shanks will also devote his own strength to fulfill Raftel's prophecy. Well, in that case, I will also contribute my strength. The Red Hair Pirates, join the God Slayer Pirates. Kill all the celestial dragons together and overthrow the world government. Red Hair's willfulness is comparable to Luffy and Roger. So he announced it directly without even asking the crew's opinions. There's nothing we can do about it. Let's confirm what to do next. Lakiru, Ben Beckman, and others also smiled helplessly. Who made me follow such a willful captain? Luo Nu also welcomed Red Hair's joining. Another 4 emperors joined, and the red-haired man was trustworthy. Luo Nua had no reason to refuse. Following Red Hair's announcement, the world was completely shocked. The four emperors' groups are now gathered together. Plus the entire Shichibukai turned against us. 2 of the 3 major forces in the world have already been merged into the god-killing pirates. Plus Golden Lion, Jabba, Rayleigh and more legends. The world government is really finished. Meanwhile, in the Holy Land, Marihoa. This is really incredible, extremely evil. On the empty throne, a man covered in a black robe from head to toes sat upright. His eagle-like eyes were revealed again. He exuded an extremely terrifying aura. Imu, I can't sit still anymore. I didn't expect that all the big powers in the world would come. This is really incredible, extremely evil. Ever since the Knights of God set out, Yim has also been paying close attention to every move of the public execution. After seeing all 4 emperors' groups join the God Slayer pirates, the god on the Void Throne could no longer sit still. Is the prophecy made 800 years ago going to come true? Joey boy, you really are haunting me. Joey boy, a huge war that involves the whole world. This is what Im fears the most. This is also the truth that the world government has been trying hard to cover up and whitewash for 800 years. But now almost all the strong men in the world have been gathered together by the extremely evil. Even though Luo Nua is not Joy Boy, he did not eat the prophesied Nika fruit. At this moment Yim still felt the pressure. Perhaps it's time to wake them up. Tap 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 tap. Taking small steps, Yim left the Void Throne and came to Pangus City, among the flowers. Lord Yim, everything is ready. Soon, several people who looked like maids appeared outside the flower room and spoke respectfully to him. Let them in. Im's calm voice sounded, as if he had no personality. Then, dozens of celestial dragons appeared among the flowers. Bring us here, for what? There is actually such a room in Pangus City. I've never heard of this before. These celestial dragons were also quite curious after entering the flower room. As celestial dragons, they didn't know that there was such a room in Pangus City in Mary Geos. Kneel down. After glancing at the celestial dragons, Yim said calmly. These dozens of Tianlong people immediately quieted down. Immediately, he looked at the person in front of him in horror, a person wearing a black robe, with only a pair of pupils exposed. Is this Lord Imu? It turns out that Lord Imu really exists. He founded the world government together with our ancestors, the 20 kings, and he is the true god of this world. The patriarch did not lie to me. After seeing Imu, these Tianlong people immediately knelt down in unison, with respect and piety written all over their faces. In fact, not all Tianlong people know about the existence of Imu. Generally, only some high-level celestial dragons, such as the 5 elders, the Knights of God, and important figures from various families know of the existence of him. Some ordinary Tianlong people had only heard of the legends about their ancestors 800 years ago, but had never seen them. After seeing this now, these celestial dragons changed their previous arrogant attitude and looked at him with great admiration. I once founded the world government with your ancestors, 20 kings. I also swore to them that I would protect their descendants and ensure that they would be revered as gods who rule the world from generation to generation. Now that the world government is in trouble, you should also shoulder the responsibilities that the 20 kings did back then. What do you think of our responsibility to protect the world? Yim looked at these dozens of celestial dragons, and there was a rare hint of warmth in his tone. After all, these are the descendants of the old comrades from 800 years ago. Master Imu is right. Of course, when the world government is in trouble, we should really step forward. We will do whatever Lord Imu needs us to do. The kneeling Tianlong said piously, without any displeasure at all. Very good. It's worth my years of protection and favor to you. Yim nodded and his eyes narrowed. It was obvious that Im, under the black robe, showed a rare smile. Come with me. Then Yim asked all the maids to step down, walk to the wall between the flowers, and activated the mechanism on the wall. A mysterious room appeared in front of many Tianlong people. Then, Everyone followed him's footsteps and entered the room. The first thing that caught my eye was a huge straw hat. Not only that, on the other side of the room, there were 8 coffins lying there quietly. 7 of the coffins were smaller in size, but the other coffin was huge. These 8 coffins exude an aura that is both present and absent, making people feel extremely frightened. Seeing this scene, the Tianlong people couldn't help but shudder. Why did Lord Yim bring me to such an unlucky place? Then, Yim came to the center of the room and closed the door. Soon, Yim made a slight move, and a glowing magic circle appeared under the feet of the Tianlong people. The golden light is so dazzling. If you were a participant in the Battle of God Valley 36 years ago, you would have discovered it. This golden light is exactly the same as the sign when the 19 kings revived 36 years ago. Lord Yim, what do you want? At this moment, the dozens of Tianlong people who were covered by the magic circle all felt an ominous aura rising rapidly in their hearts. That's the breath of death. This golden magic circle is devouring their lives. As a descendant of God, we should fulfill God's obligations. You don't think that I keep you useless people every day just for the sake of that 800-year promise, do you? At this time, Imu's tone has completely changed. It's completely different from before. In his heart, Im actually looked down upon these low-level celestial dragons. He does nothing but indulge in luxury every day, and creates big troubles that add instability to his rule. Apart from anything else, the extremely evil is a monster created by this group of low-level celestial dragons. Since we have created monsters, we should stand up and take due responsibility when these monsters cause trouble. Do you really think Imu is the kind of naive person who keeps his promise? The reason why Imu wants to support these useless celestial dragons is because their lives can be used for many things. Regardless of the sacrifices consumed by the Valley of the Gods to resurrect 19 kings 36 years ago. Or maybe it's the sacrifice used by the person that Yim wants to resurrect today. Even using some more mysterious power. They all need purebred celestial dragons as the best. Therefore, Imu would spend a lot of effort to support these useless celestial dragons. Otherwise, why would he keep such a bunch of useless people who do nothing but create some difficult enemies for the world government? Lord Imu, please don't. What a sin we have committed! Please let us go, Lord Yim. In the magic circle, some Tianlong people who did not want to die begged for mercy. Facing these pleas, Yim acted as if he didn't hear them at all. As the light of the magic circle grew brighter, the begging voice became quieter. Until the magic circle burst out with an unprecedented amount of light, all the sounds disappeared. In the whole room, only Yim was left standing. Beside him, 8 coffins lay quietly, and had been quietly opened. If Luo No, Whitebeard, Rayleigh and others were here, they would be very surprised. That's right, among these 8 coffins, 5 of them are slightly smaller and belong to the previous 5 elders. The other 2 are the deceased Sea Overlord Rox and One Piece Roger. And that huge coffin has now been quietly opened. A tall man was lying inside. The height is at least 100 meters, comparable to that of a giant. If someone who has seen the truth of the blank history of 100 years is here, he will definitely recognize it at a glance. This man, who was nearly 100 meters tall, was undoubtedly the king of the great kingdom from 800 years ago, Joy Boy. At this moment, the 8 people in the coffins looked normal, just like living people, as if they were asleep. As soon as they died, Yim sent people to secretly recover their remains. Then use Yim's unique ability to seal up the remains of these people for future use. After all, the remains of 19 kings disappeared in the Battle of God Valley, so it can be said that Imu has lost a trump card in his hand. Compared with the 19 kings, Rox, Roger and the previous 5 elders are not as good, but it is better than nothing. Soon, the former 5 elders, Rox and Roger, slowly opened their eyes. The aura of the 7 people was no different from when they were alive, and was even stronger than when they were at their peak. This is the result of Yim's continuous infiltration over the years. I am alive again? This is Lord Im? It's really Lord Imu. The first thing the former 5 elders saw when they woke up was Lord Yim. So the 5 of them knelt down quickly. The former 5 elders still retained their consciousness as before their death. Even though Yim abandoned them in the Battle of God Valley, the 5 elders would not disobey Yim. After all, they had been brainwashed by Yim since childhood, and the 5 elders did not dare to have any rebellious thoughts. Soen didn't control them either. On the other hand, Rox and Roger had blank expressions on their faces. Completely different from when they were alive, Rox and Roger's eyes became very strange. It's exactly the same as Imu's double pupils under the black robe. This is the result of Im's ability manipulation. The bodies of the 19 kings disappeared last time. Now you have to do it yourself. Then Im came to the huge coffin, in which lay a tall man. This is a trump card in Im's hand that is more powerful than the 19 kings. Boy. After all, Joey Boy is the man who almost defeated 20 members of the King League. If that accident hadn't happened that year, Joey Boy may be the ultimate winner of that great war. After his death, Yim also preserved his body. The conditions for reviving Joey Boy are very harsh. Even with Im's ability, Joey Boy can only be revived once every 100 years. At this time, Joey Boy looked normal, as if he was asleep. Next moment, swish! Joey Boy sat up from the coffin. Next up, Joey Boy opened his eyes, just like Rox and Roger. Joey Boy's eyes also projected the same circular pupils as Im's. The whole person's aura was fully unleashed, extremely terrifying and horrifying. It is much stronger than the Sea Overlord Rox. With a height of nearly 100 meters and a strong momentum, it gives people a suffocating feeling of oppression. Even the former 5 elders couldn't help but take a few steps back in the face of Joey Boy's powerful aura. Yes, your aura has become even more powerful. Yim looked at Joey Boy with a complicated look in his eyes. The 8 of you go. This time you must bring back the body of the Evil One. There was a strange light flashing in Imu's eyes. As long as he could bring back the body of the Evil One, he would undoubtedly have a powerful trump card. Upon hearing this, Joey Boy, Rox, Roger, and the former 5 elders left the holy land of Marihoa and headed straight for Mariford. Meanwhile, Mariford. The addition of the 4 emperors was enough to shock the 5 elders and the Knights of God. Then, another group of figures appeared in Mariford. I saw a huge sailing ship heading towards Mariford at a rapid speed. The most distinctive feature of this sailboat is the huge coiled dragon surrounding the hull. There is no doubt that this ship is the vehicle of Monkey D. Dragon, the leader of the Revolutionary Army. As expected, the next moment, everyone in Mariford, as well as people all over the world, could clearly see the people on the ship. The leading man was wearing a green robe, with fierce embroidered tattoos on his face. He exuded a terrifying aura that was no less terrifying than any pirate legend. This is the leader of the Revolutionary Army, the mysterious man-dragon, known as the world's most evil criminal. Beside the dragon, the cadres of the Revolutionary Army lined up one after another. The one closest to Long, standing on Long's left, is undoubtedly the backbone of his successor in the Revolutionary Army, the Chief of Staff of the Revolutionary Army, and also the second in command of the Revolutionary Army, Sabo. Next to Sabo is his childhood sweetheart, Mark Lar. Not only that, Ivankov and Lightning are also among them. Although these 2 cadres have been at level 5.5 before. However, when they received the message from the dragon that they were going to come to Mariford, Ivankov and Lightning immediately led the legion of human demons to escape from the great prison in the deep sea. Because almost all the backbones of the deep sea great prison, such as Magellan and Jailerman, were wiped out, Ivankov and Lightning didn't spend too much energy before they joined up with Long and the others. To the right of the dragon is a group of Revolutionary Army cadres with different expressions and personalities. The 4 army commanders, the commander of the East Army, the user of the encouragement fruit, Bello Betty, and the deputy commander, Ahiru. Southern Army commander, Lindy Boj. Captain of the Western Army, user of the push fruit, Giant, Mori. And the captain of the Northern Army, wearing a black feather coat, with an imposing manner, the user of the animal-type crow fruit, Karas. Almost all the main cadres of the Revolutionary Army have been assembled. Came to Mariford. What is that? No way, even the Revolutionary Army is here? That's the leader of the Revolutionary Army, Long. And the Chief of Staff of the Revolutionary Army, and the 4 army commanders. Oh my God! Another extremely powerful force. The ideas of the Revolutionary Army have been spreading around the world, and some countries have also received help from the Revolutionary Army and have been freed from their dire straits. It's fine that the 4 emperors are here. Even the Revolutionary Army is here. How many more people are coming? The Revolutionary Army is so powerful, even more powerful than the current 4 emperors. They are indeed a revolutionary army that has the power to fight against the world government. The appearance of the Revolutionary Army once again greatly surprised people all over the world. The legendary pirates and the 4 emperors appeared, and they are still within the comprehension of people all over the world. After all, these legends were closely related to the evil ones. With Luo Nuo's appeal, it's understandable that these people gathered together with just one call. But the Revolutionary Army was established after the death of One Piece Roger. It's impossible that it has anything to do with extremely evil. Why did they come to Mariford? Could it be that the Revolutionary Army was also inspired by Luo Nuo's declaration? You know, the primary mission of the Revolutionary Army is to overthrow the rule of the celestial dragons and the world government. This point coincides with the goal of the god-killing pirates. What are the Revolutionary Army doing here? Could it be that they are also related to Captain Luo Nuo? I saw that the 4 emperors and so many pirate legends have all joined the god-killing pirates. I'm not surprised that the Revolutionary Army has come. Yes. Captain Luo Nuo is a man who constantly refreshes my worldview. After seeing the Revolutionary Army appear, the middle-level members of the god-killing pirates present, Doflamingo, Crocodile, Jinbei, Enel, Moria, Golden Emperor and others said they were already numb. After all, Big Mom, Kaido, and Red Hair all came from the New World one after another. Even if the Revolutionary Army arrives, they are already used to it. After all, almost all the powerful forces in the entire ocean are present, without any omission. The arrival of the Revolutionary Army seemed natural. The Revolutionary Army is here too. This is going to be interesting. It looks like today is going to be a big party. World government, 5 elders, celestial dragons, the end of you useless people has come. After seeing the Revolutionary Army appear, Golden Lion, Achaku, Silver Axe, Bullet and others also laughed. The Revolutionary Army had no connection with them, and they had no personal relationship with them. But the goal of the Revolutionary Army is well known. Before the Godkiller pirates appeared, the Revolutionary Army was a large organization established with the goal of overthrowing the celestial dragons and the world government. Now that things have developed to this point, there is no need to say more about the Revolutionary Army's position. Interesting. After seeing the dragon, Luo Nuo's mouth also showed a smile. 36 years ago, I had a brief contact with him when I hijacked Tian Shangjin. At that time, Luo Nuo did not kill him, but spared Long's life. Just for this moment. Luffy, isn't that your father? Why is your father here too? After seeing the dragon appear, the Straw Hat Pirates were also shocked. After all, in Water City, they learned about Luffy's life story from Garp. Long! Why are you here too? At the same time. In the marine camp, Garp covered his head in pain, his face full of surprise, and the reaction was huge. Finished. Ace, Luffy's arrival is enough to give Garp a headache. Now his own son, before Luo Nuo appeared, the world government's #1 enemy has also come to Mariford. Garp is totally messed up. What should I do? Garp, stop it! Be aware of the situation here. Now is not the time to say these things. At this moment, Jean Gua, who was standing by, also came up to remind Garp. Stop talking! After all, Sengoku, Crane, Zephyr and other Marines who have a good relationship with Garp know Long's identity. But the 5 elders, the Knights of God, don't know. Long had only held a low-ranking position in the Marine before leaving. In order to protect Garp, Sengoku, Zifa and Crane teamed up to suppress this top-secret information. The 5 elders, the Knights of God, have no idea of the relationship between dragons and Garp. If it were normal, even if 5 elders and others knew about this relationship, they would not do anything considering Garp's contribution to the Marine and his status. But now is the most critical time for the world government. The coffin lid is about to be closed. The arrival of the Revolutionary Army at this time is undoubtedly to nail down the coffin. At this critical moment, the 5 elders must be made aware that the dragon is Garp's son. Even Garp can't escape responsibility. As expected, as the Revolutionary Army's ships landed on the shore, Dragon led a group of cadres of the Revolutionary Army and came to the god-killing pirates. This is the extremely evil person, Luo Nuo, that Mr. Luo has been talking about. I didn't expect him to be so young. Mr. Luo Nuo's aura is much stronger than Mr. Long's. With just one sentence, all the powerful people in the world united. It's really exaggerated. Bello Betty, Mori, Lindbergh, Karas, Klar and other key members of the Revolutionary Army also kept looking at Luo Nuo. And the members of the god-killing pirates behind Luo Nuo. I was so shocked. The Revolutionary Army has worked hard for more than 20 years to become such a large force and gain a place in the world. But look at the group of pirates behind Luo Nuo. These people united just because of what Luo Nuo announced to the world. After more than 20 years of hard work, the achievements we have made are not as great as the effect of Luo Nuo's words. This also made Bello Beatty, Klar and others deeply realize the gap between people. Mr. Luo Nuo, thank you! You saved my brother Ace! Before Long and the others could speak, the first person to speak in the Revolutionary Army was actually Sabo. Sabo, holding a steel pipe, trotted up to Luo Nuo, knelt on one knee, and prepared to bow to Luo Nuo. This is to thank Luo Nuo for rescuing Ace. No need to thank me. I saved Ace because of Roger and Whitebeard. Luo Nuo waved his hands. Saving Ace was a piece of cake for him. What's more, for the sake of Roger and Whitebeard, Luo Nuo must save Ace. After all, for Luo Nuo, if he wants to resurrect Roger in the future and fails to save his son, he will not have done his job well as a friend. No matter what your motives are, you saved Ace, and that is the result that cannot be changed. As Ace's brother, this is a must-do etiquette. If you can use me in the future, just let me know. Sabo was determined to thank Luo Nuo. Without Luo Nuo, Ace might be dead by now. This will become a lifelong regret. I'm sorry, Mr. Long. Although I know this behavior is rude, but you are the one who saved Ace. After Sabo finished all this, he turned around and apologized to Long and others. After all, he was only the second in command of the Revolutionary Army. It was inappropriate for him to talk directly to Luo Nuo without going through Long. It's okay, Sabo. Long also smiled generously at this. Brotherhood is human nature. Dragons are not cold-blooded animals and can fully understand it. Is that Sabo? If I'm not mistaken, that's Sabo. Oh my God! Is it really Sabo? At this moment, Ace from the God-Killer Pirates camp, and Luffy, who was far away, was all stunned. Sob. Still alive. This is more surprising than anything else. The two of them didn't care what the occasion was at this moment. At the same time, they ran to Sabo. Ace hugged Sabo tightly, and Luffy even rode on Sabo's neck. Sabo, you bastard! Aren't you dead? Why are you still alive? And they became the Revolutionary Army. When did that happen? Forget it, none of this matters. The fact that you're still alive is the most gratifying thing for me. It's so wonderful to be alive! Ace and Luffy have cried so much that their pupils are invisible and their eyes are white. Ace, Luffy, I'm sorry. I forgot about you guys before. I hope you can forgive me for not coming to see you for so long. It's great to meet here. Sabo also hugged the two tightly at this moment, crying and sobbing. This is the first time the three brothers have been reunited since that incident. It was as if everything had returned to my childhood, in the kingdom of Goa, Windmill Village, the terminal of uncertainty, Dayton's home. All those beautiful memories come flooding back to my mind at this moment. Great, this is all great. Sabo, Ace, Luffy, it's great that you guys are reunited. Nothing could have happened better. At the same time, in the Windmill Village of the East China Sea, a group of bandits led by Dayton, who were watching the live broadcast, had already burst into tears. Luffy actually has a brother. Seeing them crying like that, they must have a deep bond. It's so touching. The Straw Hat Pirates were moved and surprised after seeing this scene. Sabo, I'm so happy for you. In the Revolutionary Army, Kral, Mori and others were also sincerely happy for Sabo. Clar even secretly wiped away tears. Ace. In the Whitebird Pirates, Marco, Jaz, Vista and others also smiled knowingly when they saw this scene. Woo woo woo, I can understand the feelings of these three brothers. So touching. Quite unexpectedly, even Kaido was moved by the reunion of these three people. How similar is this scene to what I just learned about Lord Luo Noa's return to the human world. Kaido can understand this feeling very well. Luffy, we meet too. But I have more important things to do right now, so I'll say hello to you later. When Long saw the three brothers hugging each other and crying, his heart was moved. After all, his son was involved. However, as the leader of the Revolutionary Army, Long still maintained considerable composure and restraint. Immediately, Long quickly came to Luo Noa and said respectfully, Mr. Luo Noa, I still remember what you said to me 36 years ago. Now when I look back at what you did back then, I can completely understand it. 36 years ago, when I was still young, I didn't understand what Luo Noa said to me. But as his position in the marine continues to rise, Long also discovered that there is no such thing as justice in this world. Everything is just to serve the Tianlong people. Marine is just a pawn of the celestial dragons. A country may have a population of millions or tens of millions, but in front of the Tianlong people, these people are just ants. The celestial dragons can kill anyone they want and torture anyone they want. If anyone dares to stand up and resist and angers the celestial dragons, the people of the country will be buried with them. In this sea, countless countries went bankrupt because of the gold from the sky, and wars broke out constantly. The people of these countries could not survive, so they had to go out to sea and become pirates. In other words, most of the pirates did not appear because of Roger's words. It's because I can't survive in my hometown. As far as Long knows, at least Kaido was sold to the world government by the top leaders because his hometown had to pay the heavenly gold, which led to years of war. Finally, he chose to go out to sea and become a pirate. Whitebeard's hometown was too poor to pay the heavenly gold. Without the protection of the world government, Whitebeard's hometown became a lawless place, where human traffickers and pirates were rampant. Even Luo Noa himself was the one who was created because of the evil deeds of the celestial dragons. It can be said that the celestial dragons are the original sin of this world. Only by overthrowing this bunch of pigs and trash can the whole world have true justice. I know you'll understand one day. Luo Noa could not deny this. This day would come sooner or later. In that case, in order to overthrow the world government and the celestial dragons, the Revolutionary Army also wants to fight alongside the Godkiller pirates. Long said this in one breath, his green cloak rustling in the breeze. The aura around him became warm. Of course. Luo Noa smiled firmly. The enemy of my enemy is my friend. This is such a simple truth that Luo Noa certainly understands. Moreover, with the lessons learned from the awakening of 19 kings, Luo Noa will no longer despise the world government like he did in the Battle of God Valley 36 years ago. This behemoth that has ruled the world for 800 years. It wouldn't be strange no matter what kind of background was used. Any strong person, as long as he is willing, is worth winning over. What Luo Noa has to do is to gather the strong men from all over the world and start a huge war. With the joining of the Revolutionary Army, the four emperors, Shichibukai, the legendary pirates of the old generation, and the pirates entrenched in the New World. Almost all the Emperor-level strongmen in the world gathered in Marineford. Except for those two dead old guys, of course. Rocks, Roger. Many years ago, during the battle in the Valley of Gods, when Luo-Noa was fighting against 19 awakened kings, the system picked up some very interesting things. That gave Luo-Noa the power to bring a person back to life from the dead. After all, the system can pick up everything. When he leaves Marineford, Luo-Noa will immediately look for the bodies of Rox and Roger. But all this will have to wait until the issue of Marineford is resolved. Damn it! The situation is getting worse and worse. Marine and the Knights of God were also stunned. With the addition of the Revolutionary Army, the world government has no advantage at all with the current lineup of the Godkiller pirates. Even a complete disadvantage. Every one of the God-killing pirates, listen up! Kill! Kill all the 5 elders and the Knights of God present! Blow the horn of our victory! Luo-Noa shouted angrily and directly issued the captain's highest order. Ha! It's finally here! The captain's order! I've been waiting for a long time. Kill all these 5 elders and the Knights of God! Brothers, charge! It's time for these Tianlong people who are on the altar to get off the stage. Golden Lion, Whitebeard, Rayleigh, Bullet, Achiku, Silver Axe, Red Earl, these pirates are eager to fight and can't wait any longer. At the same time, Doflamingo, Hawkeye, Crocodile, Golden Emperor and others also became excited. Almost all the strong ones have arrived. In a war of this magnitude, which is almost terrifying, fighting side by side with all the legendary pirates, which pirate would not be excited to be there? Boom, 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 boom! At that moment, under the leadership of Luo-Noa, the auras of dozens of Emperor-level warriors rose to the sky. Extreme weather was surging in the sky, as if the world was about to end. The sea was roaring, and a Category 12 typhoon was blowing up the flat ground. Minions whose strength is below that of an elite lieutenant general will even be blown away and fall into the sea. At the same time, 5 elders and others were also in full force. The auras of 27 Admiral-level warriors merged together and collided with the aura of the god-killing pirates. Boom! In an instant, the momentum of the 27 great generals of the world government was suppressed. After all, there are only a few people in the world government who possess Conqueror's domineering power. On the other hand, the Conqueror's haki is almost standard for all the Emperor-level warriors and the God Slayer pirates. Even Doflamingo, Kadokuri, Boa Hancock, and Ace, who are still a long way from being a powerful general, have Conqueror's haki. In addition, the number of the god-killing pirates far exceeds the 27 Admiral-level warriors, so it is natural for them to have such a crushing momentum. Then, first, let's take that little brat away and restore his youth. At the first moment, Red Earl, Achiku, Golden Lion and others immediately set their sights on Ain, the female marine who can restore their strength and bodies to their peak. The moment Luo-Noa gave the captain's order, the legendary pirates such as Red Earl, Achiku, Golden Lion, Silver Axe, etc., whose strength has declined due to their age, immediately set their sights on one person, Ain. After all, Ain had just demonstrated the power of the reversal fruit in front of them. Sengoku, Zifa, Garp, Crane and the 5 elders have all become younger and returned to their peak form. Such ability makes Red Earl, Achiku, Golden Lion and others excited. Especially the Red Earl and the Golden Lion. If it weren't for Luo-Noa, the Red Earl would have set out to find a way to become younger as soon as he left the great prison of the deep sea. Even the Red Earl already has a plan in his mind to seize the legendary mythical beast Devil Fruit, the Bat Fruit mythical beast vampire form. The Golden Lion's strength declined significantly because he had lost his legs and had a ship's rudder stuck on his head. If he could return to his youth, Golden Lion would be a king-level warrior who could compete with Whitebeard and Roger. These two, along with Achiku, Silver Axe and other pirates who were affected by their age, all rushed towards Ain. Pirates, don't even think about touching my beloved disciple! Boom! Zifa, who had recovered to his peak strength, burst out with a strong momentum and directly blocked the Red Earl, who had the most powerful momentum. For Zifa, since his family was killed by pirates, these beloved disciples have become Zifa's spiritual sustenance. Deep down in his heart, Zifa has already regarded Ian, Binns and others as his own children. Anyone who wants to touch them must ask themselves. Boom, boom, boom. The domineering swordplay continued to ripple, erupting with terrifying energy fluctuations. Ha! I got it! Without Zifa's obstruction, the Golden Lion sneered and rushed towards Ian. Don't even think about attacking Ian! Cluster! Binns, who was standing nearby, used his ability of growing fruit to quickly stimulate the growth of the plants under his feet, attempting to entangle the Golden Lion. Stop kidding, kid! Are you qualified to stop me? Lion Thousand Slice Valley! Seeing that Binns, this little brat, actually dared to step forward to stop him, the Golden Lion shouted coldly, and became furious. The legs are waving in the air, just like the storm kick from the Marine 6 styles. This is to use the two famous swords tied to the legs, Ingju and Kumu, to draw a sharp sword energy. Although the power is much inferior to the sword energy wielded by both hands by Golden Lion in his heyday. But it is dozens of times stronger than Marine 6 style storm leg. Oink oink! In an instant, Binns's plants that were strong enough to resist bullets and artillery were like steel knives chopping watermelons. They were cut off immediately by the Golden Lion. Damn it! Is this the end? Facing the murderous intent of the great pirate, Ian had no choice but to close his eyes. Don't get carried away, Golden Lion! Boom! The next moment, a figure appeared in front of the Golden Lion. It was the Chief of Staff of the Marine Headquarters, Crane. Crane's strength is completely different from 36 years ago, and he has reached the level of a candidate for Admiral. In addition, she has now recovered to her peak, and facing the Golden Lion, who is like a candle in the wind, she even has a slight advantage. Ha 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 ha! Time really is merciless! I never thought that I, the Golden Lion, would be stopped by you one day. Crane! Looking at the Crane who had regained his youthful appearance, the Golden Lion also lamented that his own strength had indeed declined seriously. Even the Crane could stop him. Stop looking down on women, Golden Lion! A stern look appeared on Crane's face, and he activated the power of the wash-wash fruit, fighting with the Golden Lion. Zifa, we're here to help you too. How can we allow you pirates to kill the young Marine in front of us? At the same time, Sengoku and Garp, two Marine warriors who have recovered to their peak, forcefully repelled Achaku and Silver Axe. I'm so envious! Sengoku, Garp! He's an old man like us, but his strength has returned to its peak. Achaku, Silver Axe wiped the blood from the corner of his mouth, and his eyes exuded a strange look. The look he gave to Ian became more and more intense. We must acquire this ability. Boom, boom, boom. Then, Achaku and Silver Axe rushed forward with great momentum, and engaged in a fight with Sengoku and Garp. Although the two are not as strong as the Sengoku who has recovered to his peak, Garp. But if Sengoku and Garp want to defeat Achaku and Jin Axe, it will take some effort and time. Let's hand over the young girl to us first. Although with so many legends, it is really ungraceful to attack a young Marine girl. But her abilities are indeed very useful to us. You retired bastards, it's been a while since you were pirates. You are pirates anyway, what's the point of talking about manners? Charlotte Lin is right. We are pirates anyway. Who cares about manners? At the same time, Whitebeard, Burnywald, Rayleigh, Charlotte Lin and other legendary pirates also laughed at themselves. Then he launched an attack on Ian. That's what war is, no matter how mean or not. As long as we can win, no means are excessive. After all, justice and history are written by the ultimate winner. What's more, Marine just wanted to use a strategy to sow discord between Squadron and Whitebeard, and he almost succeeded. In this case, my ability to seize a Marine girl is not considered a despicable method compared to Marine's alienation plan. What's more, the methods used by the world government are 10 or even 100 times dirtier than those used by the Marines. Thinking of this, several pirate legends took action. "You evil bastards! Don't even think about succeeding! Ah, alas! Those terrible guys are coming! Wow, how scary, the god-killing pirates!" The three current Marine admirals, Akainu, Akiji, and Kizaru, also stood up at this moment, not daring to neglect, and attacked with all their strength. Face off against Whitebeard, Burndy Walder, and Pluton Rayleigh respectively. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. Dozens of great generals are fighting each other, and Mariford is unleashing a dazzling array of moves. "Let's continue the fight, Hawkeye!" Momosaji took the initiative to find Hawkeye and continue the unfinished battle. "I couldn't ask for more." Hawkeye smiled as the two top swordsmen fought each other. "Charlotte Lin, it's really hard for me to deal with you alone." Chatten looked very exhausted, barely able to fight against Charlotte Lin, a four emperors who was still at the peak of her powers. "I can only delay it temporarily." "You are just a general candidate, and you think you can stop me? Weigwa!" Charlotte Lin snorted coldly, swung the famous sword Napoleon in her hand, and a terrifying sword energy burst out. Boom! As expected, the next moment, Chatten was knocked back dozens of meters, with a trace of blood flowing from the corner of his mouth. As expected of a legendary pirate, he is so ferocious. This scene is so scary. If I had known it would be like this, I would not have come. As he spoke, the strong men from the countries that joined the world government smiled, and Huang Mu and the other two also took action. The abilities of the gravity fruit and the forest fruit are activated one after another. Meteorites falling from the sky. Vegetation breaking out of the ground. For a moment, the sky and ground of Mariford were all occupied by the abilities of these two people. There is a huge meteorite with scorching flames rolling in. There are strange plants below that can absorb physical energy and grow at an extremely fast speed. The two's attacks obscured the sky and covered the ground. It swallowed up Mariford in an instant, leaving no space at all. The abilities of Yixiao and Huangmu also surprised the experts present. The quality of the general-level warriors from the member countries this time is much better than 36 years ago. Indeed, but our lineup this time is much stronger than the one we had in the Valley of the Gods 36 years ago. Jabba and Bullet, two legendary pirates who had personally experienced the battle in the Valley of Gods 36 years ago, smiled slightly and rushed towards Aramaki in front of them, killing him with a smile. Wink-wink, wink-wink. Jabba wielded two sharp axes, releasing the aura of a powerful general, and continuously swung the terrifying axe energy towards the sky. Crash! Crash! Several huge meteorites that fell from the sky were easily cut apart, and a huge rain of rocks suddenly fell in Mariford. "It's just some vegetation, look at me!" Buzz! Bullet grinned evilly, and a wave of devilish blue air spread out. That was Bullet's unique Conqueror's domineering aura. In an instant, the vegetation that was like a dense forest and could absorb physical strength all wilted like frosted eggplants under the Conqueror's domineering cover. The next moment, Jabba, Bullet, and Yixiao, Huangmu, two great generals, clashed with each other. Ha! It's been a long time since we last fought. Everyone from the Red Hair Pirates, let's go together! Not only that, Shanks laughed loudly and led many senior officers of the Red Hair Pirates to take action. Hangon Shanks! I won't let you succeed! First Officer Ben Beckman. Leave it to me! The next moment, two figures appeared in front of Red Hair and Ben Beckman. They are two general-level warriors from the Air Force and Army. The Red Hair Pirates, the only group of two emperors among the four emperors, must be treated with caution. Son, just wait for me here, I'll be back soon. When the corrupt world government is overthrown, we will return to Ziluoba village, and our family of three will live happily together. After carefully instructing Usopp, Jesus picked up his special sniper rifle and charged into the crowd. Luffy, just wait here. The war that's coming is not something you can participate in. Seeing this, Ace and Sabo also settled Luffy down and rushed into the battlefield. Dragon Claw! Fire Fist! Sabo and Ace are still some distance away from being a great admiral, but if they join forces, they can also stop and delay a great admiral. Damn it! I'm still too weak. Looking at the backs of Ace and Sabo, Luffy was unwilling to give up, so he also rushed into the battlefield. Boom! Next moment, the aftermath of the battle between the admirals directly repelled the willful Luffy. It hurts! It hurts so much! The energy released by the domineering power even made Luffy spit out a large mouthful of blood, and his body felt the long-lost pain, and Luffy rolled on the ground in pain. Take good care of my son. I'm going to rescue someone first. At this moment, Dragon led Ivankov, Betty Bello and other Revolutionary Army cadres to appear beside Luffy. After instructing Ivankov and others, he rushed into the crowd. Because Long saw an old friend of his, the former chief of staff of the Revolutionary Army, a man who was willing to sacrifice his body to do research for the world government for the cause of the Revolutionary Army, Bartholomew Kuma. Now the Revolutionary Army has boarded the ship of the god-killing pirates. The ultimate goal of overthrowing the rule of the celestial dragons is within reach. The bear's mission can also be interrupted directly. It's time to rescue the bear. Long, just leave Straw Hat Boy to me. We must do our best to rescue the bear. Ivankov's eyes sparkled as he recalled the good times he had with the bear. What a terrifying scene! We have to contribute our own strength too. Charge! The god-killing pirates! Seeing the great pirates leading the way, the Golden Emperor, Doflamingo, Crocodile, Jinbei and others were also excited. Their strength is still some distance away from reaching the level of an emperor. But the victory lies in the large numbers. 6 former Shichibukai, plus the Golden Emperor, a strong candidate for the general. There are also countless top-level warriors in the royal group, such as Cat Viper and Dog Storm. Follow the red-haired boss, charge! Beckman, let me help you! Jesus Boo and Lucky Lu, 2 top officials, intervened in the battle between Red Hair, Ben Beckman and the Air Force and Army generals. Go help Mom defeat Marine! Katakuri, Smoothie, and Cracker also followed Charlotte Linling's footsteps and faced Marine. Just a Marine, you're looking for death! Jack, Ember, Quinn. Follow Dad and kill! Marco, Ace, Jaz, Vista and many other top officers of the royal group have also joined the battle. The individual strength of these people is not as good as that of the Emperor-level strongmen, but they win in numbers. If the 2 of them join forces, they can hold back a powerful general. The 3 of them working together could even gain the upper hand. These great pirates also followed Whitebeard, Red Hair, Charlotte Linlin and the legends. Faced with the Marines, Air Force, Army and the world's government allied countries' generals, the God-Killer pirates' advantage over the world government is almost overwhelming. With the influx of these great pirates, the battlefield was instantly unbalanced. In a short time, many Marine admirals were injured and quickly retreated hundreds of meters to a safe distance. In fact, the God-Killer pirates are indeed powerful, but they are not strong enough to overwhelm the world government. The real reason is, at this moment, the 5 elders are 5 Emperor-level warriors, as well as 5 general-level warriors from the Knights of God, and 5 general-level candidates. A total of 15 general-level warriors surrounded Luo Nua as soon as the war started. From the very beginning when they participated in this war, they received the highest order from Lord Yim, which was to kill the evil one, Luo Nua. As for the life and death of others, to put it bluntly, it has nothing to do with the 5 elders or the Knights of God. Even the Marines and other Admiral-level warriors were all dead. The evil one must be killed today. Even if the world government's Marines and other general-level warriors were all killed in this war, the 5 elders and the Knights of God don't care. No matter what the cost, the evil one must be killed today. This is the highest order of elimination issued by Lord Emu. Of course, such unpopular words can be just thought about in the heart. The 5 elders will not say them directly. Interesting. 5 elders, Knights of God, even if Marine and other strong men are all dead, you don't care? Or did you deliberately let Marine and the others die? Looking at the 15 powerful generals in front of him who were full of vigor, Luo Nua said sarcastically. By the way, I also provoked a little. Humph, as long as I kill you as quickly as possible, these strong men will naturally scatter like birds and beasts. But if I can't kill you, I'll be a failure sooner or later, right? So prepare to die, evil one! As they were talking, the 5 elders and 15 strong men from the Knights of God began to take action. Damn world government, do you want to use the human wave tactic again like you did 36 years ago? What a shameless bastard! At the same time, Kaido, who had not participated in the battle but was guarding Luo Nua, also cursed when he saw this scene. Kaido will never forget the scene 36 years ago, when the world government sent out more than 20 general-level warriors to encircle and suppress Lord Luo Nua. Now, the world government is planning to launch this shameless tactic again. More than 10 people against one. Haha, Kaido, there is nothing shameless about war. History is written by the victors. The 5 elders sneered. The world government has experienced this kind of thing countless times in the past 800 years. No matter how despicable the means are, as long as the final victory is achieved, the world government represents justice and truth. After all, the history of the past 800 years was written by the world government. Kill the evil one as quickly as possible. Boom, boom, boom. The next moment, the 5 elders, 10 powerful knights of God, took action. The auras of the 15 general-level warriors were fully released, pressing towards Luo Nua and Kaido. Hateful! Kaido immediately felt that he couldn't bear it anymore. Although he is the world's strongest creature, he is powerless in the face of 15 general-level warriors and can only be slaughtered. But Luo Nua's face remained the same as usual. Are you actually going to mobilize 15 general-level warriors to deal with the extremely evil? World government, are you being too cautious? Seeing this scene, people all over the world took a deep breath. Over there, the Marines and the strong men from the world government's affiliated countries are being beaten up by the other members of the God's Slayer pirates. As a result, the 5 elders and the Knights of God did not come to help, but instead used the strength of 15 people to deal with one person. The evil one, is it really that scary? Kaido, you can't participate in the battlefield here. Go help Whitebeard and the others. Besides, it's not convenient for me to perform it while you are here. At this moment, Luo Nua turned and said to Kaido, in the next war, even a strong man like Kaido will not be qualified to intervene. After all, the opponents are 15 general-level warriors. Yes, Lord Luo Nua. I will keep a close eye on this place from the air. If there is any change, I will come to support you as soon as possible. Kaido nodded solemnly, and transformed into a blue dragon, hovering over Luo Nua and the 15 Admiral-level warriors. Always ready to support. If anything goes wrong, Kaido will save Lord Luo Nua even at the cost of his life. Faced with Kaido's departure, the 5 elders and the Knights of God did not force him to stay. As long as you kill the evil criminals, other pirates will not be a problem. Kill! Next moment, 15 general-level warriors lined up separately. There are 5 directions: east, west, south, north, and sky. 3 general-level warriors were standing in each direction, attacking Luo Nua from all directions without leaving him any chance. Interesting. Are you sure that 15 people are enough? Looking at this scene, Luo Nua's mouth showed a charming smile. Haha, stop being so arrogant, evildoer. Your talent is indeed rare in the past 800 years. But since we were able to defeat you with our sheer numbers 36 years ago, we can do the same today. The next moment, boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. 6th style secret technique, Divine Strike. Demon Slayer. 6th style secret technique, Gun King. All of a sudden, 15 general-level warriors used their best killing moves to surround Luo Nua from 5 different directions. Fruit abilities, 6 secret techniques, slashing, kicking, physical skills, bullets with Conqueror's domineering power, shooting, etc. Various complex killing moves appear frequently. Like a cluster of flowers, the terrifying energy blended together, and the extreme explosion spread out. It gives people the feeling that everything in this world can be crushed into powder. Its momentum is even stronger than the battlefield between the God Slayer pirates and the Marine headquarters. After all, many of these moves are secret techniques that are passed down from generation to generation among the celestial dragons. Only the Tianlong people are qualified to practice this killer move. Its gorgeousness and destructive power are indeed much more terrifying than the killing moves of ordinary general-level warriors. The huge momentum also directly attracted the attention of all the powerful people present. After all, these were 15 general-level warriors attacking at the same time. Oh my God! What is this? It's so scary! The moves of 15 great generals. Everyone rushed towards Captain Luo Nuo. No one can survive this move. Captain Luo Nuo, it's dangerous. At that moment, the strong men present, Garp, Sengoku, Zifa, Crane, Marine's 3 generals, Yixiao, Huangmu, and the pirate legends of the God-Killer pirates, former Shichibukai and the 4 Emperor's officers. At this moment, everyone noticed the battlefield here. The whole audience was shocked by this terrifying blow. Congratulations to the host for successfully picking up the 6th secret technique, Divine Strike. Congratulations to the host for successfully picking up the Demon Slayer. Congratulations to the host for successfully picking up the 6th style secret art Gun King. Congratulations to the host for successfully picking up the Top Gun skill. Congratulations to Suchu for successfully picking up the Top Kicking skill. A series of prompts sounded, and Luo Nuo shouted coldly, with full momentum. The overwhelming conqueror's domineering aura caused all the people below the Emperor level to tremble in their legs and have ringing in their ears. Broken Emperor! Mobilizing all his armament haki to the apex, Luo Nuo opened his arms and faced the move in front of him without fear. Crushing power burst out. 1. Broken Emperor! Luo Nuo shouted coldly, and fearlessly rushed forward, charging towards the killing moves of the 15 general-level warriors in front of him. Oink-oink, oink-oink! Almost at the first moment when Luo Nuo's body touched the killing move, a scene that shocked everyone appeared. The moves of the 15 general-level warriors were immediately resolved and crushed into powder. The power of crushing completely explodes. How is this possible? He actually blocked the killing moves of 15 general-level warriors by himself. How could anyone in the world do such a thing? The Evil One, is he immortal? This scene was broadcast to the whole world through the live broadcast of Den Den Mushi. People all over the world were also stunned at this moment, and it took them a while to react. This was the first time they had seen someone fight against 15 general-level warriors on his own. Meanwhile, Mariford. Kulala! He's the captain of our God Slayer pirates, so it's only natural that he can do this. Ha! Luo Nuo was able to take on 20 general-level warriors by himself and still survive. You want to kill him with just 15 of them? Are you guys just daydreaming? If we can't do this, we legends won't surrender. 5 elders, knights of God, your end is today. Whitebeard, Rayleigh, Bullet, Jabba, Burndy Wald, Achiku, Silveraxe, Charlotte Lin Lin and other pirates who participated in the Battle of God Valley 36 years ago. Although they were shocked by this scene, they had already witnessed Luo Nuo's heroic performance against 20 great generals on his own 36 years ago. Therefore, the expressions of these pirates can still remain within a reasonable range. On the contrary, the other strong men present, Red-haired Shanks, Hawkeye, Ben Beckman, Golden Emperor, Doflamingo, Crocodile, Enel and others, their eyes almost popped out. The other top 4 Emperor's officers, Marco, Ace, Jozu, Vista, Jean, Kadokuri, Quinn, Lucky Lu and others also stuck out their tongues exaggeratedly. Ivankov, Bello Beatty, Sabo and other Revolutionary Army cadres covered their heads in disbelief. The Straw Hat pirates on the side. The supernovas anchored outside the harbor around Mariford, and the Blackbeard pirates came to watch. At this moment, they all stood there like statues, dumbfounded. One person blocked the siege of 15 general-level warriors. This scene was almost like a god descending to earth, and it completely shattered the worldview of the pirates present who had never experienced the battle in the Valley of the Gods. It turns out there are people who can heaven-defying on their own. Right. In the eyes of many pirates and bigwigs, such behavior is heaven-defying. After all, it is impossible for anyone in the world today to destroy 15 general-level warriors by himself. Of course, if Luo No wanted to block the moves of 15 general-level warriors in one go, it would also consume a huge amount of energy. The Devil Fruit ability consumes physical strength. The attack just now almost drained Luo No's physical strength in an instant. Congratulations to the host for successfully picking up 99999 plus stamina. But fortunately, Luo No would not be short of stamina in a battle with 15 general-level warriors. That's the power of a Devil Fruit. The Crushing Fruit is the ability of the former Fleet Admiral, and it was stolen by the extremely evil. It can crush our moves, and its physical strength and momentum are not weakened at all. As expected of the legendary Evil One, he is even more powerful than he was 36 years ago. At this moment, the 5 elders, a total of 15 general-level warriors of the Knights of God, also looked solemn. They didn't expect that they couldn't kill him instantly with one strike. Although 36 years ago, the Evil One did survive against 20 general-level warriors alone. But the destructive power of 15 general-level warriors joining forces is not much less than that of 20 general-level warriors. But even with this combined attack, it didn't cause much damage to the Evil One. On the other side, the strong men of Marine, Garp, Sengoku, the 3 admirals, Crane, Zephyr, Shaitan, Momosaji, as well as the generals of the Air Force and Army, and Yi Xiao, Huangmu and other powerful people from the world government member countries. Things aren't going anywhere better at the moment. Many people were seriously injured, with bones visible. The cloak of justice behind him has long been shattered, bloodstains Madara Madara. After all, the difference in combat power over there is too great. They have 13 general-level warriors, plus the elite lieutenant generals of the Marine headquarters, and a few CP0s with the strength of elite lieutenant generals of the headquarters. We have to face all the pirates in the Godkiller Pirates except Luo No. Includes 4 Emperors groups, plus legendary pirates such as Golden Lion, Achiku, Silver Axe, Rayleigh, Jabba, Bullet, Red Earl, and Burndy Walder. There are also a bunch of Shichibukai and high-ranking officers of the Imperial Group. The great pirates such as Golden Emperor, Inuarashi, Cat Viper, and Green Pepper are also among them. Even the Revolutionary Army is among them. The pressure is huge. Now most of the Marines are only seriously injured, but they can still hold on. Even Garp and Sengoku, the 2 Marine Supreme Fighters who had recovered to their peak strength, were now panting and had bloody wounds on their bodies. If I delay any longer and fail to capture the Evil One, maybe the Marines will be wiped out. By then, Whitebeard, Golden Lion and others will be free. I will also be greatly affected. The lips and teeth are cold, and the situation is urgent. The 5 elders, the Knights of God, immediately felt a huge pressure, so much so that they were almost unable to breathe. The most critical moment has arrived. We must do our utmost to deal with the Evil Ones. If the next move can't kill instantly, it will be really dangerous. It seems that it is necessary to use that trick. That's the only way to solve the problem. But the price of that move is also extremely high. Are you ready? At this point, there is no other way. Even if it costs a huge price, we must completely wipe out the Evil Ones. Soon, the 5 elders, 10 Knights of God, a total of 15 general-level warriors. They were also the 15 highest-level Tianlong people. At this moment, with just one glance, they understood the meaning of each other's eyes. Over the past 800 years, the world government has faced several attempts to overthrow the celestial dragons. Every seemingly huge crisis will be easily resolved in the end. Ever since the Great War that engulfed the entire world 800 years ago, the Tianlong people have been sitting on the altar for 800 years. Being able to sit on the altar for 800 years doesn't depend on some bullshit bloodline, or some imaginary thing like being the descendant of the king. But it is the most real thing, the hardest and biggest fist. Among them, various secret techniques have been circulated among the Tianlong people for 800 years. In addition to the original version of King's Secret Technique, destroying a country, of the 19 kings. After 800 years of continuous improvement, the Tianlong people today have mastered more advanced secret techniques. It is called God's Secret Technique, Demon Slayer. God's Secret Technique, Demon Slayer. Improved from the original 20 Kings fusion skills, King's Secret Skills, destroying nations. After 800 years of continuous changes, its power is even stronger than the original King's Secret Technique, destroying a country. However, the conditions for launching it are very strict. The first condition is that you must have at least 20 general-level warriors to launch it. If the conditions are less than this, it can be activated, but it will cost blood. Originally, there were 19 families within the Celestial Dragons, except for Arabastana Filitari, who was regarded as a traitor by the Celestial Dragons because she was unwilling to settle in the Holy Land. Every family must select at least one person to practice the so-called King's Secret Skill, destroying a nation. Unfortunately, in the Battle of God Valley that year, more than 2,000 adult Celestial Dragons were defeated in one battle. This almost caused the secret technique of the Celestial Dragons to be lost. Fortunately, after 36 years of careful training by Master Imu, he finally selected some good talents from the remaining Tianlong miners and preserved this secret technique. But at the moment, the 5 elders and the Knights of God only have 15 general-level warriors in total. If you want to activate the King's Secret Technique, destroying a country, that is comparable to 20 kings, you must pay a huge price. At the cost of life. However, as long as we can get rid of the evil one in front of us, even if it means shortening our lives, the 5 elders and the Knights of God will not hesitate. Now that the decision has been made, 15 general-level warriors selected from the Tianlong people also began to make preparations. Should we remind the Marine to leave? After all, once this move is unleashed, Mariford will sink directly. Life within hundreds of miles will also become extinct. The Marines will definitely be affected by that time. At this time, several people from the Knights of God asked the 5 elders. No need. Remind Marine that leaving will take away members of the God-Killer Pirates. Crisis, danger and opportunity always go hand in hand. It's a good opportunity to take advantage of all these pirates gathering together to start a massive purge. We will capture the 4 emperors, the Revolutionary Army, and those legendary pirates in one fell swoop. The great age of pirates ends here. If we can achieve this, Marine's sacrifice will be worth it. 5 elders' eyes flashed with a cold light, and he said without any hesitation. Marine was originally regarded as a face and a lackey by these celestial dragons. If we can perfectly resolve this crisis, the great pirate era will come. Even if the entire Marine 5 elders are sacrificed, they won't blink an eye. After all, the great pirate era is over, so what are we going to do with so many Marines? As soon as the words fell, the next moment, the momentum of 15 Tianlong people's general-level strongmen began to move. Boom, boom, boom. Everyone's aura was stronger than before, and their appearance had also changed dramatically. The 5 elders, 15 celestial dragon general-level warriors of the Knights of God, suddenly began to expand gradually, and their height increased by nearly double. The body is almost twice as wide. The suits and kimonos on the 5 elders. The armor on the Knights of God was all blown out by their bodies, revealing their muscles that looked like they were cast in molten iron. At this moment, the originally strong muscles seemed to be suddenly inflated, expanding by twice as much again and becoming even bigger. Everyone is as fierce and aggressive as the devil muscular man like Hanma Yujiro and Baki. The effect is just like taking the EX poison from Fishman Island. The size, muscles, and height have all doubled. But the price is to pay with lifespan and overdraw life. At the same time, with the explosion of 15 great dragon generals, Marineford suddenly rolled up a hurricane comparable to a Category 14 typhoon. 5 elders, Order of the Gods! This is What happened? Looking at this scene, whether it is the Marine, Air Force, Army, as well as Yi Xiao, Huangmu and others, or it could be the members of the God-Killer Pirates and the Revolutionary Army. At this moment, everyone discovered such an unusual scene. The five elders, the Knights of God, suddenly became so powerful that they seemed to be about to explode. It's obvious, anyone with a little combat experience knows it. After such an impressive opening, the five elders, the Knights of God, are about to unleash their most powerful killer move. Lord Luo Nua, there won't be any danger, will there? At the same time, Kaido, who was hovering in the sky, fell rapidly, trying to take Luo Nua away. Just as Kaido was falling, the next moment, the five elders, the 15 celestial dragons of the Knights of God, moved. 15 people, using various abilities, came to mid-air. Next moment, boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. A pillar of light burst out into the sky, forming a dazzling Madara. It directly dazzled everyone present so much that they couldn't open their eyes. The dazzling light was fleeting, and the next moment, the light Madara, which was enough to cover the entire Marineford, gradually began to condense. It condensed into 15 beams of light that contained terrifying energy, just enough to cover the five elders, the Knights of God, composed of 15 pure-blooded celestial dragons. Soon, the movements of the 15 general-level warriors were in complete sync. Then, these 15 beams of light actually merged directly into a terrifying energy ball. Just like a small sun hanging in the air, the terrifying energy hidden in this ball of light shocked everyone present. Danger! In an instant, countless strong men present felt an extremely dangerous aura. Even lives will be affected. Haha, right here, I'll get rid of all of you pirates in one go. Five elders shouted coldly, with a strong murderous look in his eyes. Damn five elders, the world government, they want to recreate what happened 36 years ago. Kaido also felt this extreme energy, which was very similar to the scene in the Valley of the Gods 36 years ago. Golden Lion, retreat! At the same time, Luo Nua, who felt the terrifying energy, moved his eyes and said subconsciously, "The power of this move is even more powerful than the King's secret technique, destroying a nation, that the 20 kings unleashed 36 years ago. If this move is completely destroyed, the entire Marineford, and even all the creatures within a radius of dozens of miles, will be destroyed. Its power may be even stronger than the legendary ancient weapon. Once it falls, all living things present will die except for itself." Good! The Golden Lion also quickly leaned over to touch the ground, activating the ability of the floating fruit. "Stop them! Don't let them retreat!" the five elders shouted. Immediately the Marines, the powerful men from the world government member countries, and the generals of the Air Force and the Army who heard the order also decided to give it a try. After all, they also felt the horror of the fusion skills of the five elders and the Knights of God. Once you succeed, it's all over. The next moment, the Marines once again took the initiative to challenge the God Slayer pirates, delaying the time for the Golden Lion to activate its ability. Ha ha ha! It's too late. You will all die here today. Go to hell, evildoer. God's secret technique, Demon Slayer. The five elders, the Knights of God, sneered and unleashed their strongest moves. God's secret technique, Demon Slayer. Congratulations to the host for successfully picking up the God's secret skill, Demon Slayer. Boom! An extremely energetic light ball like a small sun fell rapidly from the sky. There is actually such a secret technique. The world government is a bunch of bastards. Damn you celestial dragons! Is that the end? Feeling the terrifying energy, the Golden Emperor, Doflamingo, Crocodile, Jinbei and other pirates feel that death is approaching. Such moves are far beyond the reach of their level. Even Whitebeard, Golden Lion, Rayleigh, Bullet, Red Earl and others look solemn. This scene is so similar to what happened 36 years ago. Could it be that the scene of 36 years ago will be repeated? Murakumo / Night, Chaos and Destruction. Red / Momo, 100-fold increase. Waigwa. The third world, leading to Naraku. Silver Axe Chilin. Next moment, the strong men of the god-killing pirates present all unleashed powerful moves. However, just like 36 years ago, their moves are powerful, and any one of them is enough to kill several warships in seconds. Even destroyed most of the town. But the moves of these strong men are all unique, and their power is too loose and not integrated into one. After touching the terrifying ball of light, it was instantly swallowed up and disappeared into thin air. Damn it! Why do I feel like we're in danger too? It does feel that way. Not just pirates. The Marines present, Garp, Sengoku, the three admirals, Crane and Zephyr. The Air Force and Army generals smiled. Huang Mu was also extremely nervous at this moment. I always feel that if this move is carried out, Marineford will be completely sunk, and even they will be affected. Just at this moment. Boom! Luo Noa takes action. The first generation ghost is unsheathed, thunder is raging, ghost energy is everywhere, and domineering energy is leaking out. The ultimate sword intent surged crazily, and surged again. But unlike 36 years ago, this time Luo Noa no longer had the determination to die, but hold on to the determination to win. After all, his previous fusion skills were already able to compete with the King's secret skill, destroying a nation, unleashed by 20 kings. Now, combined with the God's secret technique, Demon Slayer, Luo Noa's fusion skills will only be more terrifying than 20 years ago. Haha, stop struggling like that. Evildoer! No one can survive this, not even you. Go to hell. Evildoer! An ant trying to shake a tree is extremely pathetic. This is what happens to you, the untouchables, for opposing the world government, the celestial dragons, and the gods of this world. In midair, the 5 elders, a total of 15 general-level warriors of the Knights of God, noticed that Luo Noa was trying to resist this miraculous move, and couldn't help but mock him. This is a divine secret technique that is more advanced than the secret techniques of the 20 kings. No one in the world can crack it except Master Yim. Today, everyone in Marineford must die. Noisy! Luo Noa sneered, then closed his eyes, concentrated his mind, and felt the energy in his body. Crash! Crash! Conqueror's domineering power is fully released at this moment. The raging waves are rolling in. The thunder roared in the sky and the trees trembled. The first generation Kitetsu was immediately covered by the scarlet Conqueror's domineering aura, and combined with the original unrivaled demonic energy, the momentum that burst out was powerful and invincible. Then, countless heroes' moves appeared in Luo Noa's mind. Iron Fist, Slashing Wave, Kirin, Lion Thousand Slice Valley, Kusugakumo Slash, Kitetsu Ayajuku, God Avoidance, Mountain Breaking, God Slayer Shattering Mountains and Rivers. The secret skills of the king, destroying a country, the 6 secrets of various strong men, and the swordsmanship and physical skills of various strong men. Combined with the powerful moves picked up in this war, such as Night Dance, Red Swordsmanship, and Inducing the Third World, etc. And the God's secret technique, Demon Slayer, I just picked up. Integrate all the moves into one. At the same time, cooperate with the power of 4 devil fruits, Burn, Smash, Strength and Dark. The next moment, Luo Noa suddenly opened his eyes flashing with a strange look. Simply swing the knife and put it away. The art of the dead god, god of destruction. Crash. Powerful sword energy gushed out, seemingly simple white silk, but the energy contained in it made countless strong men present feel terrified. What a terrifying sword energy! It's not inferior to the fusion skills unleashed by the 5 elders and the Knights of God. It seems we are saved. This feeling is so terrible. When Luo Noa's sword energy was released, the experts present all felt the extremely violent energy contained in the sword energy. It's not inferior to the fusion skills of 5 elders and the Knights of God. Damn it! What the hell is going on? It feels like this. Why is there a breath of God's secret technique, Demon Slayer, in the moves of the Evil One? What on earth is going on? Luo No's ultimate sword energy gave 5 elders the feeling of the Knights of God. There seems to be a breath of God's secret technique, Demon Slayer, in there. Recalling the talent of the Evil One. The opponent's evil talent is enough to learn any move just by watching it once. The hearts of the 5 elders and the Knights of God suddenly fell off a cliff, and their faces changed drastically. How is that possible? This is a secret technique that has been passed down by the celestial dragons for 800 years. How is it possible to learn it? Next moment. Crash! Luo No's simple white silk exploded, forming a wave of light that was bright enough to blind everyone's eyes. After a flash of light, Bai Lian transformed into an ancient beast, the ferocious appearance of a blue-eyed dragon, and appeared before the world. The blue-eyed dragon has an amazing momentum, and its body length alone is tens of thousands of meters. The whole body is covered with Luo No's Scarlet Conqueror's domineering aura, forming an indestructible scale armor. The 4 sharp dragon claws contain the energy of the 4 demonic powers of burning, strength, crushing, and darkness. The strong sense of oppression made all the Emperor-level strong men present feel numb. Roar! The blue-eyed dragon looked at the king's secret skill, Demon Slayer, in front of it with sharp eyes, roared angrily, and rushed forward fearlessly. Directly blocked the rapidly falling king's secret technique, Demon Slayer. We can't let this explosion affect Meriford. Kill him in midair. Tear! Roaring and screaming, the blue-eyed dragon immediately clashed with the king's secret skill, Demon Slayer. Boom! Boom! In the sky, huge energy fluctuations surged crazily, and countless nuclear-level explosions were released continuously, shaking people's eardrums to the point of tearing them apart. The strong nuclear explosion lasted for dozens of times, and then, God-killing skill, destroying God, and King's secret skill, devil-killing, instantly dissolved in midair. Bigger explosions spread out in all directions. It's as if everything in the world has stopped. The sound of a strong nuclear explosion has exceeded the limit of decibels that human ears can hear. Everyone could no longer hear any sound and could only see the violent nuclear explosion spreading towards them. The ultimate energy seemed to be able to instantly destroy any object touched by the explosion. Meriford, it's quiet now. Everyone could only see the terrifying nuclear explosion spreading towards them, and could not hear any sound at all. Danger! Resist the aftermath! Boom, 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 boom! Boom, 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 boom! The strong instinctively felt the power of the nuclear explosion. For a moment, the strong men of Meriford stretched out their hands and released their domineering power to resist the aftermath of this extreme energy. Murakumos slash! Waigwa! Lion power earth coiling! Great power thunder 8 trigrams! Scarlet sword! Night demon destroyer! Thunder Chilin! Suddenly, the legends of the god-killing pirates once again launched their killing moves. After all, anyone can feel it, even if the aftermath lands in Meriford. Meriford would be swallowed up instantly and sink. No one will be able to survive then. Super Whip! Big Fragrant Feet! Shadow Warrior Kill! Fishman Karate! Sandstorm, Big Sandstorm! Diamond Crash! Guarding the Fire Dragon King! Flowing Glutinous Rice Balls! Golden Divine Punishment! Lei Ying! In addition, Enel, the Golden Emperor, the Shichibukai, and the highest officials of the Imperial Group also took action to resist this terrifying aftermath. Meriford has been sunk, and we can't stay here any longer. Let's go together! In addition, the Marine warriors, as well as the generals of the Air Force and Army, as well as Yi Xiao, Huangmu and others also had to stop. First, we will target the 5 elders, the aftermath of the battle between the Knights of God and the Evil One, Luo No. Meteor Volcano! Big Buddha Shock Wave! Ice Age! Yashikani no Magatama! Fist Bone Meteorite! Gravity Blade Tiger! No Hate! The Marine warriors also took action. At the same time, dozens of strong men used their moves at the same time. Their target was aimed at the aftermath that was descending. Boom! Although the attacks of dozens of strong men were scattered, their sheer number produced a qualitative change. Finally, thanks to the efforts of dozens of strong men, the power of the nuclear explosion's aftermath was offset before it landed. Eliminate the crisis that could have caused the sinking of Mariford. Just the aftermath alone requires these strong men to work so hard to block it. This kind of battle is really beyond our comprehension. People all over the world were amazed when they saw this scene. How could this happen? God's secret technique has failed. Impossible, there is no way anyone can block that move. How is it possible? No one has ever done this in the past 800 years. Damn it! Evil One! How can I kill you? At the same time, the 5 elders in midair, the 15 celestial dragons of the Knights of God, were also extremely shocked at this moment, and their 3 perspectives were refreshed. God's secret technique, Demon Slayer, has already erupted. The Evil One is not dead yet. Could it be that he is really the legendary son of prophecy? After all, the 5 elders and the Knights of God also knew about the blank 100 years of history. In the records of 800 years of history, only one person has ever blocked the secret skills of 20 kings. That was the king of the huge kingdom 800 years ago, Joe Boy. Could it be that the extremely evil is really Joey Boy? Haha, 5 elders, I told you that your end is here. Luo Noah sneered and was about to attack again. 5 elders, were you planning to destroy the pirates and marines together? The next moment, several figures suddenly appeared in front of the 5 elders and the Knights of God. The leader is the Fleet Admiral of Marine Headquarters, Buddha's Warring States. Beside him are Garp, Zifa, and Crane. And the current 3 Marine Admirals. Led by Jean Gue, these Marine warriors stared at the 5 elders intently, with a hint of dissatisfaction in their eyes. After all, Sengoku and Garp are not fools. They could fully feel how terrifying the power of the secret technique of God, that the 5 elders and the Knights of God had just unleashed was. It is no exaggeration to say that it is comparable to ancient weapon. If Luo Noah hadn't blocked this move, everyone in Mariford would have been buried in the sea. This even includes the Marines who have always been at the service of the world government. Could it be that the 5 elders Knights of God want to kill the Marine as well? With such doubts, Jean Gue, Garp and others couldn't help but come forward to question. Working for you and stabbing you in the back, what the world government is doing this time is unbearable even for these Marines. Seeing this scene, everyone present was stunned. Marine actually questioned the highest authority in the world? What is going on here? Jean Gue, keep your mouth clean! And Garp, Zifa, he, Akainu, Qingji, what are you looking at? Are you planning a rebellion? The 5 elders did not tolerate these Marine warriors at all and responded without giving them any face. Haha, sacrifice is necessary, understand? As long as we can kill the extremely evil, we can also take away the 4 emperors. And the power of the revolutionary army. If we can wipe out all these forces in one go, what does it matter if all the Marines are dead? Isn't it the same when you Marines do things? You don't understand this? And you dare to question us? At this moment, the Knights of God on the side also spoke impatiently. I am a celestial dragon, and a few Marine admirals are nothing but running dogs of the celestial dragon. How dare you question me? The words of the Knights of God left no room for rebuttal for the Marines. That's right. Isn't Marine style of behavior sometimes similar to that of the 5 elders and the Knights of God? Although generally speaking, the Marines are a righteous army. But in order to eradicate pirates and evil, Marine has killed many civilians. O'Hara's refugee ship. There were also those who angered the celestial dragons and were killed by Admiral Marine. And every time Buster Call is launched, the indiscriminate bombing is carried out. The number of civilians killed by Marines is not small. Are we also to be sacrificed? I never thought that one day we would become the target. Hearing this, the Marine headquarters elites present, even the great generals like Sengoku, Zifa, Qingji, Akainu, etc., all laughed bitterly at themselves, and their momentum was completely gone. Ha ha! Zhanggue, you didn't expect that. In the eyes of the five elders, you Marines are nothing more than running dogs. This is what it's like to be a dog. Luo No laughed loudly, his laughter full of sarcasm. This time, facing Luo No's ridicule, Zhanggue rarely retorted. After all, in the face of such irrefutable facts, being stubborn would only seem quite ridiculous. God-killing pirates! Continue the attack! Victory is just around the corner! The next moment, Luo No realized that the opponent's morale was quite low, and now was a perfect opportunity to attack. Luo No shouted angrily, and the God-killer pirates launched another fierce attack on the Marine headquarters, the five elders, and the Knights of God. Facing the Marines who had lost all their morale, the God-slayer pirates quickly achieved results this time. Faced with the Marines with extremely low morale, the fierce attack by the God-killing pirates soon paid off. Oink oink! Oink oink! Still following the previous goal, Golden Lion, Achaku, Silver Axe, Red Earl, Burndy Wald and other legendary pirates are now heading towards Ion, who has the ability to retreat. Although the Marines still stepped forward to resist, their determination was no longer as firm as before. I got it! Charlotte Linlin's proud laughter came. Charlotte Linlin easily defeated Chatten and captured Ion directly. With Ion, Charlotte Linlin quickly retreated to the camp of the God-slayer pirates. Ion! Don't even think about taking my student away from me, Charlotte Linlin! Seeing that Ion was captured, Zifa and Binz also wanted to rescue him. Hey Zifa, where do you want to go? I'm here with you! The Red Earl shouted coldly, and a scarlet sword energy flashed, blocking Zifa's way. Don't bother, Mom! Binz was easily stopped by Katakuri, one of the three generals of the Bigmam pirates. At the same time, Charlotte Linlin brought Ion back to the God-killer pirates' camp without any hindrance. I succeeded! Finally succeeded! Charlotte Linlin is a bit useful. Seeing that Ion was captured, Achaku, Silver Axe, Golden Lion, Red Earl, Burndy Wald and others stopped immediately. Came to Charlotte Linlin's side. I will never use my powers to restore your youth. Give up on this, you evil pirates! Kill me! The captured Ion also had a determined look on his face, ready to die bravely. As a Marine, she had already made such preparations. Ha ha! You are really young! Do you really think we won't use your abilities? Don't forget, our captain has the power of darkness and can absorb some of the abilities of the devil fruit. The Golden Lion laughed, mocking Ion's youth. These great pirates have long seen that Luo No possesses at least 4 types of devil fruit powers. If this happened to someone else, the pirates might be surprised, but when it happened to Luo No, they could only say that they had long been accustomed to it. Go help Captain Luo No escape! At the same time, Luo No was also fighting with the 5 elders, 15 general-level warriors of the Knights of God, and was unable to escape for a while. But the God-killing pirates don't have much else, but they have a huge number of soldiers. At once, Ryu, Shanks, Hawkeye, Ben Beckman, Golden Emperor, Edward Weeble, Enno, the highest officers of the Imperial Group, and Shichibukai, who do not need to use the power of the fruit to become younger, went to support Luo No. With their strength, there is no problem in delaying for a while. Soon, Luo No escaped from the battle and came in front of Golden Lion and others. Although I have no grudge against you, but since you are standing in my way, then go to hell. Luo No looked at Ion, without a trace of sympathy or pity in his eyes. When facing his enemies, Luo No never shows mercy. Swish! The first-generation Katetsu pierced through Ion's body, and soon Ion died. Congratulations to the host for successfully picking up the devil's power, the power of retreat. With the death of Ion, Luo No also successfully picked up the devil's power of the retrograde fruit. Not only that, Ion's death also instantly rendered the abilities of Garp, Sengoku, Zephyr, Crane, and the 5 elders ineffective. They have gone from their prime to being in their 70s and 80s with gray hair. Then, let's get started! Captain Luo No! Seeing this scene, Golden Lion, Red Earl, Achaku, Silver Axe, Burndy-Wald and others also looked at Luo No with expectation. Even Whitebeard, Rayleigh and others had some expectations in their eyes. Who can resist the temptation to return to his peak? No one can resist. The next moment. Swish! Luo No activated the force of retreat, and soon, a shocking scene appeared. The appearance of each of the legendary pirates in the Godkiller Pirates has completely changed. Achaku, Silver Axe's white hair turned black, the wrinkles on his face disappeared, his muscles seemed to be instantly filled with blood, his body became much stronger, and his momentum soared. Jabba, Burndy-Walder, and the Red Earl, 3 legendary pirates over 75 years old, also returned to their 50-year-old prime. Momentum has reached its peak. Rayleigh's white hair and beard have also returned to the yellow hair and brown beard of his youth. Even Charlotte Linlin came to join in the fun. Her strength has not declined much, and she is still at her peak. But as a woman, Charlotte Linlin hopes to regain her youthful appearance and figure. After all, what woman hasn't dreamed of eternal youth? Soon, young Charlotte Linlin appeared in front of everyone. She is beautiful and charming, and her charm is not inferior to that of Boa Hancock, who is known as the world's most beautiful woman. The two beauties seem to be competing against each other. Of course, the biggest changes are to the two supreme legends, Golden Lion and Whitebeard. First, the rudder on the Golden Lion's head disappeared, and its legs grew back. The whole person directly recovered to the peak state of 50 years old, and his momentum increased several times. He successfully became the top pirate before the Great Pirate Era began, standing on equal footing with Roger and Whitebeard. Under the white-bearded turban, there was lush golden hair. The hidden injuries and illnesses accumulated from years of fighting have also been completely healed. The whole person, no matter his appearance or aura, has returned to his heyday. It's shocking. Dad. Back to the top. The pain has completely disappeared. That's great. Seeing this scene, Marco, Ace, Jaz, Vista, and other core members of the Whitebeard Pirates were also ecstatic. At his peak, Daddy was no less powerful than Roger from One Piece. Of course, strength is secondary. What makes them happiest is Daddy's physical condition. Obviously, Dad has completely recovered his health and can live a long, long life in peace. Ha 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 ha! You've recovered to your peak strength. It's been a long time since I last felt this way. Gulala, it is true. All the hidden ailments in my body are gone. It feels so good to be young. Hey, now it's our turn as old guys to show off our skills. The next moment, the legendary pirates returned to their peak form. Whitebeard, Golden Lion, Rayleigh, Red Earl, Burndy-Wald, Achaku, Silver Axe, Charlotte Linlin and more. The momentum is gushing out, the real heyday. The eyes of the legendary pirates suddenly glowed with a cold red light like a vampire. Boom, 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 boom. In an instant, these legendary pirates rushed towards the Marine, 5 Elders, and the Knights of God. Full firepower.